been a wild day, man. Apparently, this morning you had a killing shooting of the president of United Healthcare, shot in his head in Manhattan, middle of the morning. Uh, I believe on 54th Street and 6th Avenue, which is the middle of Midtown Manhattan, which is crazy. That's like, man, is there a way to even put that uh
About
into
that. The dude
perspective?
got away on a bike too, right? He just rode off on a bike and got away.
Now that's crazy shit, man. I don't know what that says, but yo, apparently you've been getting death threats for a while. But what type of scandals are going on in healthcare? I mean, we know all of this stuff is a scam, but you know, what the heck is going on there? So that's gonna be a big crazy story. Clearly, because it's not supposed to go down like that. But that's just crazy. So yeah, that's the latest thing. Of course, there's a ton of Trump news. There's a ton of you know, uh news on this, this the change of government. So we'll see how it all fares. Hopefully we have healthcare in a year or universal healthcare in a year. Who knows what's gonna happen, but take the time to get yourself together and make sure you got your families back because it can get really bumpy over this next couple of years. And that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, yeah. We do have an event next week. I will tell everybody about that. Real quick, we got our next edition of Meet the DJ on the 9th, which is on a Monday. So Monday the 9th, 7 p.m. We start just a dope DJ meetup, as well as a couple live performances. A really dope space called OS. I can say it on here. And we'll be there at 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. and just kicking it, just doing our thing. And
Are we
and
streaming this for everyone? Like how we do it for here?
I think we could do that, man. I think we could do all of that. I don't see why not. You know, I really don't see why not. Let's just rock out, get into it. So if you're in town, feel free to pull up. It's all love. If you need the information, it's all available. So that's that. I know we have other people joining in, but I did want to give everybody an update because I did speak to Legend's wife, and the funeral arrangements are for this weekend, and they are trying to. It's not going to be at like a funeral hall. I believe it's going to be somewhere else, and they're trying to work out the live feed for the funeral. So uh, when if and when they get the information, of course, I'll share it in the chats that we have. But his funeral will be this weekend, and it will be taking place in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, man. Rest in power, legend. We did have some ideas, and I guess I just want to open it up and just say if there's anybody has any thoughts about a way that we can honor legend or anything that you guys think that we should do special or in particular, please feel free to speak on it. Number one, uh, Biotic has suggested um, that we do a fundraiser, not a fundraiser, but dedicate a what do you call that? Create a fund for Legend where he can give, we can give kids either coming out of his town or however we want to do it, $500 towards their scholarship, for school, especially kids that may want to go to music school, something like that, the music legend scholarship or the Champagne Legend Scholarship, where we you put up a GoFundMe or something and raise that over the course of time, and just do this fund in his name for music students coming out of his town. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know if anybody has any other ideas or thoughts. But just a way to sort of not let his legacy just just go in vain. Something that we can do to keep him honored. So, um, you know, and it is still crazy. Ain't no doubt about it. You know, I don't believe so. I don't think he did. Um, yeah, just can imagine, the amount of weight on their shoulders when something like that happens, man. Just so young, just a lot, man. Just a lot. So, all right. Well, if anybody has any other things, any updates, he was 37 years old. 37 years old, brothers. Um, Again, not, very young. Very young. So yeah. But yeah, feel free, you can put them in the chat through the day if somebody comes up with an idea, or something, another way that they think we should honor legend. Of course, we want to go through the clips here on this call and come up with a cool clip of all of some of his key moments, and just that's definitely one of the other ones that we need to take the time to do as well. So that's what's up. That's what it is. So all right, let's play some music, come back. I think it'll be a sort of a cool call today. I think we have two guests. It's not gonna be too crazy, and that's just what it is. So um yeah, anybody got new music? This is a good day to share it. All right. So all right, let me play a song. Let me see if we heard this. I didn't do the best job this week, keeping it real. But let's see. I don't know if we played this before. Jack Harlow. Uh Vibey, man. Vibey. A different spot today, so I'm a little, my camera's not as lit, but all good. All good. And yeah, I've been wondering about them J. Cole joints because they sound a little old J. Cole, like you said, Head Rush, but I still like them. Still like them. So
Yeah, I think he did a bunch of re-releases, stuff that wasn't on streaming services for a while. Did anybody tap into the audio series that like he put out or whatever?
now what was that about?
So basically, him and his manager, I guess, had did like a podcast over all these years. Then they finally just released it as an audio series. You know what I mean? So with that, they've been re-releasing a bunch of mixtapes that weren't available before. So, but it's kind of been dope because they go back to all the early years and all that type of shit. So, I seen out your way. He doing a 10-year anniversary of Forest Hills Drive and at Madison Square Garden, dog, this month.
That's gonna be crazy.
He doing a concert right there December 16th, man. So
that's gonna be crazy. I have to pull up for that.
yeah, no, for real. For real.
So, a little known story about me and J. Cole when he first got signed. Shout out to Rich Kleiman. They hired me to take him around New York, and I brought him to the world famous Stretch and Barbito. Well, what used to be the Stretch and Barbito show it was then the new hosts were there. So shout out to my man Jared too and Tim Hotep. They took over and they kept the tradition going. So I told him, I said, "Yo, fam, this is one of them shows where they're gonna tell you like kick a freestyle, and if you do some written shit, if that shit ain't beyond fire, you're gonna get like jammed up here. Like this is like, a lot of cats have made their bones right here at this particular moment. And first of all, he was super psyched. Super psyched. But when he got up there, he delivered. He delivered, man. And by the way, this is his first song. I didn't really know who he was like that. They actually had two artists that they were managing at the time. It was J. Cole and Wale. And Wale was the other artist. So
He came to the Bronx too. J. Cole was in the Bronx too. He was at DSN. Yeah, he was at the Matrix before people knew who he was. Yeah.
Yeah, so he put his work in. He did put his grind. He was on some groundwork shit. He wasn't on some like, yo, I'm gonna go straight to the top. He got it out the mud. So respect to him. For real, for real. All right, just to backtrack real quick, just to bring up a couple other things. One, the end of the year video. is due Friday. Friday. Raymond, I don't know if you want to give any more details on that, but we said about 30 seconds to a minute. Your favorite song of the year, why it had an impact for you. And you can just shoot it with your cell phone. I think everybody should just shoot it with the cell phone vertically, I think. And I think that's fine. We can cut it up.
Yeah, like don't overthink it, y'all. You know, just like I said, we wanted to do something that us as DJs we were messing with. You know what I mean? Ain't got to be about numbers, ain't got to be about streams, ain't got to be about whatever. You know what I mean? So just, you know, if you want to be involved, we're trying to do, you know, I think we were trying to figure out whether we're gonna put them out individually or put them out as like a big compilation video, whatever. But
Yeah.
you know, just kind of taking back some of the influence for us as DJs is what we doing rather than just this cloud chasing bullshit that we have become accustomed to at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we'll probably release them as individuals first, and then put a real compilation that will, actually spend some money and advertise on social media behind, just to put it out there as like a, I guess a minute to 2 minute sort of montage or a collage of our thoughts for the year. So that will be it. So if anybody has any questions, I guess I would say hit up Raymond about that, and he can help guide you.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, whatever you do on your phone, probably Dropbox is going to be the best way, and I'll put my email back in the chat for everybody if you don't have it, or WeTransfer, whatever. Like I said, 30 seconds to a minute. If you have the physical copy, show that shit as well. You know what I mean? Whatever. But like I said, just music that you were rocking with, or just that you was vibing to. Like I said, it ain't got to be about no cloud shit this year, whatever, man. Let's stop that for 2025. You know what I mean?
I feel like Kendrick's gonna take over that list.
Well, I mean, but if that's the case, like it's just not like us though, right? Like that was the big record of the year. I mean, this GNX album is dope. I don't know if you saw, like he owns like 9, I think, of the top 10 in Billboard off that album. You know what I mean? But I mean, not like us was cool. It was played everywhere, but was that like what was was that your record of the year? I mean, it was cool, but that wasn't my like record of the year. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Did anybody do the Apple replay yet? Like, I don't know who, if you're on Spotify with it, because I know they do the Spotify rap, but Apple replay this year, what they did is pretty fucking ill. So like how they did their analytics or whatever for what you were listening to. So they gave you like total minutes you listen to, albums you listen to month by month, the top album that you listen to, the top artist you listen. Like it was crazy, man. Like Apple did a good job on their year-end wrap-up thing, man. It's ill. So I don't know if like I said, if more of y'all is on Spotify, more of y'all is on Apple. Got to give Apple their props. You know what I mean?
So that way, how do they do? Like it's everybody's Apple account. You can go see like a replay of a snapshot of what you listened to for the year.
Yeah, like Spotify, they do their Spotify Wrapped. So this was Apple's replay. You know what I mean? So like if you go into your Apple Music, your replay is now available. For like what you're listening, you know what I mean? So
wow, I gotta check.
No, but it's ill the way they did it, man. Like I said, I don't know if y'all, like I said, if you mess with Apple more, it was dope. But like I said, I know Spotify does Spotify Wrapped and whatever. So speaking of that, and Cole and Kendrick this year, so Rap Caviar named Kendrick the Rapper of the Year. You know what I mean? How we feeling about that? You know what I'm saying? Even the talk around this UMG situation and Drake still is up. Kendrick announced the tour in which he's going to be in Toronto Father's Day weekend. He's going to be in Toronto Father's Day weekend. This motherfucker's shitting on Drake. Like it just continuing. You know what I'm saying? So,
they got a video clip of that nigga on stage dancing to his own diss record. Like Drake dancing to Not Like Us on stage.
I think that's fake.
Like that's funny.
That's some AI. That's some AI.
Yes, I think that was fake.
That's fake for real. You'll see. Stop feeding into the AI stuff, man.
What's that?
At this point, there's really nothing Drake can do except for put out music. Like there's nothing else you can do, bro. You play yourself in this crazy position.
You like anime? Keep singing them songs.
Yeah. Right. Listen, just go do the melody Drake. I mean, that's never gonna go away. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, and by the way, that tour, that's a pretty big thing that he's announcing. I'm gonna tell y'all why. The second show is in Houston, and it's at NRG. And I don't know if y'all know what NRG is. That's where the Texans play.
Yep.
So
it's a whole stadium tour. The whole tour is nothing but stadium.
Yeah. So I feel like that's him again responding to everybody saying you only been big because of this. Like him doing them stadiums, like multiple stadiums.
Big.
That's crazy. Stadiums. Like not arena.
NRG is how many seats is that?
Man, I don't know exactly, but I want to say that's at least 100,000. Like when Beyonce came, she did NRG, and she had to do 2 shows at NRG the last time she was on tour. So that's what their team is saying. Is like, oh, we not like that? Well, watch us do these shows. So that's kind of crazy. That's a huge feat, man. If you can pull it off.
So NRG is bigger than Dallas, Dallas AT&T.
I don't believe that they are. That's why I say I'm not exactly sure the number. Okay. I actually moved. I'm literally right down the street from NRG now. But it's the
71,054. I just looked it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I know AT&T is 85,000.
You said we 71. You said oh cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's big shit, man.
Yeah,
that's big shit.
I'll say this, man. For him his rollout is amazing. Like the team to say, all right, we're doing a Super Bowl. First, we're gonna drop this project. We got the Super Bowl lined up. That puts you on that international blow up stage. Then we're gonna roll out the tour. Apparently, he's supposed to drop another project. He's rolling, man. He's rolling. Smart.
And they say this next project is aimed at Wayne, so he coming for the whole. He coming for the whole young. You know what I mean? He came for the employee. Now he coming for the boss. You know what I mean?
His name the what?
What's that?
No, you said he's coming at Wayne.
He's coming for Wayne next. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah. I don't with him, man. At this point, I think that he understands. Like people will always think what he's gonna do, and he doesn't do it. And then when he does something, it's out of nowhere. So that's why I say I don't even know if we would get an album before the Super Bowl. I got a feeling just because people are saying that, that's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, just like when they was like, oh, his album gonna drop. They were saying this back in March and April, and we didn't get it until last month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a feeling that going back to what we talked about last week, man, they just drop shit and let everybody else say what they want, but they on their own path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the idea that, I mean, it's called the Grand National Tour, which plays off this album. So it'd be interesting to see if he would actually drop another project going off a tour that's actually named after the album. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and it's important to understand he bringing SZA along too. SZA's the biggest, R&B artist right now at this point too. So,
well, here's the thing, and people would mention that too. Here's the thing, man. Y'all can't really name me a hip hop person that has done stadium after stadium without having some sort of R&B to it. I go back to even when Jay-Z and Beyonce was on tour. I always said that tour was successful because of Beyonce. Like most people are going out because R&B is going to sell more than hip hop. That's just the way it is. It's a more universal genre. So when Jay-Z was on that tour and everybody was like, oh, that's Jay-Z's tour. I'm like, Beyonce is kind of bringing everybody out. In terms of this Kendrick thing, it's smart. Like, if we gonna pull off stadiums, gotta have R&B on there because that's what's gonna bring the majority of people out, regardless of whatever numbers he's doing right now.
The crazy part, though, numbers-wise, he had previously had the highest selling tour when he did the Mr. Morale. Drake actually beat that. And then actually Travis Scott just broke that with the Circus Maximus. So
yeah, but that was solo.
Hip-hop is touring well. You know what I mean?
But I heard that was solo though, and those Drake tours wasn't that he wasn't solo on those tours or something like that. Like he had like other people open it. I think
if you remember the top of this year, Cole was moving around with him for probably like a month or so. So because that was the tour that was the tour that started the end of last year and then picked back up the top of this year. And Cole came out with him for like a month, and then he brought like Sexy Red along whatever. But like legitimately though, Travis Scott had been moving around by himself, and he was doing here in the States and internationally. So they just did the numbers, but he has the highest solo hip hop tour to date.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. Like solo, like there's no one else on the bill. And I did hear about that. I like say I don't give a fuck about numbers, man. This shit here is all gonna be about what people are gonna be respecting and realizing years from now. A lot of people, even in my peer group, that be shitting on Kendrick. Like, it's funny. I remember in the days during like the Outkast days, like we would take Outkast for granted because they were right there and they were accessible. Their music was accessible. But then you look at Outkast now; they're one of the most revered, respected acts in hip hop. But during their time, they were successful. But there were plenty of people who was like, whatever, this is some whatever shit. Stank on you, blah, 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 blah. People took it for granted. I feel like that's what happens with Kendrick. Like right now, people take his shit for granted, but in years to come, people gonna look back at this shit, generations after us, our generation gonna be like, damn, that really was a tough ass run with some respectable art to it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and I think Kendrick really too, like I said, he really is about the art. He don't play the internet games. You know, he don't play the keep up with me on social media shit. He don't do. I mean, it's weird because his trolling is really done through the music. He just be talking his talk in the music itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he gonna put a sub out. You know what I'm saying? Or some. You know. So I think that release weekend that him and Drake went back and forth was probably the most that we probably saw him doing stuff through social media. But other than that, he put it on the wax. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Kendrick. Doing it.
To Kendrick. Now, so I put up a post, and I know we've had this conversation before because, you know, we heard in the song from Kendrick that he said he don't want to hear Drake say the N-word no more. But he has Mexican rappers on the album that openly say the N-word. And this becomes another interesting conversation around who gets the pass. You know what I'm saying? And I asked y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because, oh man, my comments was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, at least Drake half black, you know, and basically the consensus that keeps coming up is if you're from the hood, you get a pass on the N-word.
The N-word is more how it's used in context and by who, for sure. But Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, well, they niggas. We all hung out together.
That's a fact, bro.
What we talking about, man?
Right,
Like,
we definitely all niggas.
Come on, they all hung out. Like, come on, fam, come on.
Shout out to my Mexican niggas. Shout out to my Dominican niggas and my Puerto Rican niggas. Yeah, we all good.
Well,
yeah,
here's the funny part about that though, because so does the white kid who grows up in the hood get the pass?
No.
See,
absolutely
and that's
not.
what, like
absolutely
I said,
not.
but he grew up next to you.
Nah, nigga.
See,
nah, because
that's
Spanish people, they still
what I'm
they,
saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
ethnic.
saying.
Spanish people ethnic enough. They grew up in the struggle. They from like you. They good. You white. You not good, bro. You not.
Yeah.
So you're not giving the
good.
white boy who grew up in the hood
Nope.
the pass.
Nah.
Can't do it.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean that's
interesting.
The universal law.
So I bring this up because somebody made a good point that because hip hop has become so, you know, the popular genre that the word itself has just become a part of mainstream culture almost. So everybody's kind of getting the pass, if you will. You know what I mean? But see, my thing is, I was trying to tell somebody, I was like, look, man, I'm trying to save some lives because I've legitimately seen young homies get beat up because that's what they went to. And black folks checked them, and it was like, and I'd tell them after, so I try to tell you, fam. Right. You know what I'm saying, like, you know, but yeah, I don't know. It's, but that's what, like I said. So the young white homie who grew up in the hood, he don't get the pass though.
No, and it's bad advice to tell him that he does. It's gonna be bad advice.
Yeah, he definitely don't get a pass. I'm talking about the one that he fought with us, everything, do everything, flip over. So, we got girls.
What's if
he's half never say nigga, bro?
What's if he's half white, half Hispanic?
No, nigga. No.
So any white don't get the pass.
Nah, no, sir.
Let's say half white, half Mexican.
Nah, he's still not good, bro.
I just
100% Mexican, you get the pass,
here's
bro.
my thing though. It definitely feel like some new era shit because
So you trying to say Obama can't say nigga, huh? Obama's half white.
Well, I mean, so is Drake. So is Drake.
Can he say
You know what I'm
nigga?
saying?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them saying.
Nah, but he half black, so he good.
I don't. I think Obama probably on the brother tip. I couldn't hear Obama saying that way. He probably that's what like I said. And you know, from my time in the South, you know what I mean. When I was out, like I heard more on the brother tip than I did
You
on
know,
the
I
other.
feel
You know what I mean?
it's funny because Obama to me, he's still, he's do a lot of nigga shit. He play ball, he smokes cigarettes on the low. He do a lot of
Newport said that he was smoking
what
Newport
kind
that
of
day. Come
cigarettes?
on.
Yeah.
When he playing ball or when he's with his
No.
wife.
That
No,
Mickey
Obama
Mouse.
be on the low like these niggas be fucking. I know how he talking when the cameras is off. I know it. You know what I mean? He smokes.
I think
Chicago,
that one Key and Peele sketch is always funny as hell, dog. When he walking around doing the code switch.
Oh yeah. Giving people a pound and shit. Exactly. I know about.
So your Raymond, like to your question, because there's a lot of mixed artists in the game, especially male. You got Joyner Lucas, he's mixed. Logic, he's mixed. You know what I'm saying? And
Logic won't say that though. He don't say nigga.
So
yeah, he had a whole thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, on record, he won't possibly, but we don't know.
I mean, the thing that's a trip, especially out here in Cali, like you go to the Bay, everybody on it, and I'm talking white, Asian, Mexican, everything, every race in the Bay. Like the Bay has its own, almost like exempt to the rules or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I've legitimately seen white boys out there amongst, and they, you know what I mean? It's just the Bay's the Bay, but I don't know. Like I said, man, it's just weird. It's at this point, like I said, somebody kind of said it's just become a mainstream word, but I just still think it just comes from such a derogatory place that's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like I said, my thing is, like I said, I can't envision Kid Frost saying it in the day on the right, you know what I mean? Or delinquent habits or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't going to happen. You know?
But see, Raymond, or okay, on the flip side, you know what I'm saying? If a black say something, the word to Hispanic, then it'd be a problem, right?
No. I mean, I've known plenty of black homies who were, cholo influenced, if you will. And again, it's just where there are black homies that speak better Spanish than I know some of the Mexican homies.
No, I'm talking about the word that, I ain't gonna say it on it. It start with an S. You know what I mean?
But that's the derogatory term. Like, if you're
saying.
saying, is this a word that Spanish people use as like, yo, my man, my homie, my nigga, like that? That's different than saying some like cracker. You never gonna say cracker to a white person and it's cool. That's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only difference with that. You know what I
mean? And we don't really have. I mean, food is probably our word at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that would be it. That's like us calling y'all fool, and black people do say that in LA for real.
Yeah, we say that out here in Houston. We call each other that. We'll be like fool. But I think first off, Ray got a point. Like I seen when I seen you posted, I seen the pot stirred. I was like, because you got a point, but at the same time, I think a lot of people get caught up in the Kendrick line because of Drake's mixed race. That's not really it. That ain't really what he was saying. Plus, it was just more of a shot, ammo to use in a battle.
Yeah.
More importantly, with Drake, because I grew up around people like that's why I don't understand how much respect Drake gets, because I don't get how people don't see like that dude that, like, I guess the best way to put it, buys friends. That's how he comes off, like that guy that buys friends. And I just where I grew up in A-Leaf, when I was growing up there, it was a melting pot. It was Hispanics, white, black, Asian, East Indian, growing up. So during this time, during the 90s, because hip hop was becoming so big, because the quote unquote urban entertainment was so big, you had a lot of people that were just trying to emulate what that was. And so they came off a certain way. That's how Drake comes off and has come off for me for years. I'm like, I've seen this before. And so when I hear Kendrick say something like, you sound weird saying nigga. Like, I know where he's coming from because I remember seeing black folks that grew up in my hood. I ain't even say hood, but grew up in my area that wasn't even on that type of time, but they sounded weird trying to curse and say nigga. Like, it just didn't sound right. And that is more kind of the shot that fool was making in that song. And obviously a lot of people ran with it, but I don't look at it as he talking about just because he mixed. Someone, you mentioned Logic earlier. Logic went through that a whole lot. Like, Joe Budden would talk about that shit a lot with Logic. Yeah. And like how that fool was always just trying to prove he was black and and it doesn't come off like that. Like, J. Cole is mixed, but we know he's black. Like, it comes off that way. Like, it just, so I think people can get hung up on the idea of Drake not being able to say nigga. I mean, he half black, so whatever, but it's just how he is. He sounds weird. Like, that live that he did with that streamer, the last live, like the white boy, I don't know if y'all saw that clip. To me, that's Drake. That's the guy that you all like. That's him. That's what he is. Like, he hangs around the white boys. He probably buys some friends and shit like that. And so it comes off weird in a sense of, you around a bunch of black folks that are really from it, and you trying to be that way. It comes off like someone scratching a chalkboard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining it, but
you are.
No, I get it. No, it makes sense. I mean, and it's just like, because, like I said, man, and I know y'all have had the conversation before. Like, you have more respect for somebody that get it out the mud than someone that's kind of handed to it, right? And I just think, like, even in this day, because like even where I live, it's a nicer area. So when I see the young mixed black kids, they all over it though. But it's like it's not a hood term to me. You know what I'm saying? But then that's what, like I said, who gets the pass, who don't? You know what I mean? I've been told by plenty of y'all, I get the pass. I just don't say it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just interesting as hell. Interesting as hell. You know what I mean?
I always look at it like this too, man. If you walk into an elevator, I always looked at it like this. If you non-black and you walk into an elevator and it's an elder black person on the elevator, would they say it then? Even in a term of endearment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And if you're not comfortable saying that amongst an elder black person in an elevator, then you probably shouldn't be saying it. That's always how I look at it.
I get it. When like I it's just weird I guess the acceptance at this point in 2024 as to, like I said, is it because of hip hop? Because I think there was even a clip of Kendrick at one point at a concert stopped the kid from saying it, who he was on every word and said it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said, who gets the pass, who don't?
Yeah, honestly, Ray, I think it's honestly an American thing too. So I went to Canada last June. I went to Montreal and the black niggas was saying nigga, and that shit was so cringy, bro. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta stop. Like, that shit's that's not y'all. Like, I'm not explaining it. Like, straight black dudes saying nigga out there, hip-hop, that shit was not sitting right with me, bro. It's hip hop. That shit was not sitting right with me. It didn't even sound right coming from them. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, even that,
because they can't say it like enunciated I don't want to say right way, but
it sound hard ER. It sound hard ER.
Yeah. And even the black, they're trying so hard to not, but they can't because of the way their accent is. You feel me? Like, they can't not say ER. And that shit is just cringy, bro. So I think it's really an American thing.
If y'all remember that clip, if y'all remember that clip when Rick Ross got jumped out there, you heard him say it in the background, and it did sound hella weird.
You see that? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, it sounded super weird. And them
it wasn't even like ER. It was like AHR. It was like Nagar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just didn't. It sounds like people overcompensating. That's the reason why. And I'm not going to even say the rapper's name, but there's a couple rappers that, like, they started cursing more. Not necessarily just the word nigga, but they just started cursing more. And I'm just like, why are you cursing so much? It sounds more like you trying to make up for what's not there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I took, like, when that fool was saying, Drake, you sound weird saying nigga, it just sounds like you overcompensating for something that's not there, man. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And let shit flow, you know.
And I guess the thing for me that what I see with the young Rasa homies is it comes out in times of aggression. So, you know, we came up, I came up when it was about to get funky, it was about to go down. It's like, what's up? I said, what we doing? Now it's turned into, what's up, my, you know what I mean? Well, you know, and it's like, okay. You know what I mean?
But you got to think, look at where that comes from, though, right? So, like, in that time of aggression, they're used to seeing video clips and shit like that of people in times of aggression saying it, so they emulating it. And that's why I say it's a nuanced thing, because it's like, don't say that shit around me, but I'm not gonna act like I don't understand where this comes from. I know it ain't coming from a place of, you know, when the old Southern whites was down here saying it, but it's coming from y'all emulating a lot of what you see. And that's why I said it does have everything to do with the music, if you ask me.
Yeah. Wow. But let's get into music. It's all love. Black love, brown pride, and the sex we here.
Before you go into the music, I was going to just put a funny note in there. Would everybody on the planet be mad if aliens come to the planet and invade and say the word?
They be like, we watched a bunch of videos. You know? What we doing? That might have been their, I guess, what, pop appeal, or they're taking a mainstream record. You know what I mean? I agree, Quantum. That's probably the weakest of the three. Was it three now we've heard before the album drop?
It's been I'm not looking forward to that on the album, dog, to be honest, man.
I wonder how much of that was a play because Sting was on The Voice this week. So, you know, Snoop's a judge on there too. You know what I mean? So I just wonder how much of that was a play for those two. You know what I mean?
I feel like they're trying to get the Eminem crowd with that, because like there's in a Venn diagram, Eminem and Dre are going to cross, and so I'm wondering if that's to get. And it's just like, y'all don't do this, man. You don't have to stink this up. Like, if that whole album is cold and that song is on there, I'll be like, dog, come on, like. There's no need for this shit. Like, there's no need for this shit, man. I hate when that happens on albums, man. It's like, come on, man. Like, leave this shit the fuck off here, dog. Like,
I mean, it kind of does solidify their legacy, though, because Sting got a huge legacy in music. So it kind of puts like Dre in that category of hip hop almost by having a record with Sting. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I agree. It's not the greatest record.
I mean,
but
think about
I guess we kind of get it.
He made records with everybody.
Yeah.
He made more musical types of records. Now, is this one of his best? No. I also question if Snoop wrote that verse, because it sounds very Eminem influenced. So that was the other thing I was saying. I was like, man, it sounded like M might have wrote
like even the delivery, everything in that. You know what
everything.
I mean?
Everything.
This shit sound like something from an Eminem record. Like, that's it'd be that little difference. That's why I don't really fuck with Eminem records like that. Like, it's that. But Sting, I mean, he did the Puffy shit. That shit was dope back in the day, you know, for Biggie. Like, it can be done, but sometimes some of these things don't have to be done, dog. Like, it's like the Jay-Z record, the Madonna joint on Black Album, right? Justify My Thug. Like, the hook is stupid, dog. Like, leave this shit off there. I know she was supposed to be on there, like, but the hook is stupid. Like, it sounds corny. But I know what y'all trying to do, but it just, you give a stain to an album, dog. Like, let that shit rock, man. This shit gonna be fly. You don't need, but you know, whatever, man.
And you never know. It could be a business play. You know what I'm saying? That you know, certain things, you know, if you're looking at it one dimensional or just music, certain things is a business play. You know what I'm saying? Dre also messed with Jimmy Iovine, and they could get this stuff, you know, in commercial. It's a commercial type of a pill. It could be placed in a movie, and we all know, beyond just the music that's being played nowadays, getting placements, licensing in movies and commercials is a bigger play, bigger money. And yeah, it will reach audiences that might not listen to Dre or Snoop like that. You know what I'm saying? They might like Sting, especially for the older people. And then, you know, Snoop, you know, got a various range of an audience, you know what I'm saying, from people in their and they, possibly 20s, but more older, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s, and 90s. You know what I'm saying? So people that still love Sting, they might take heed to this. And the radio stations that do play that type of music, that don't play hip hop like that. Hip hop is a gumbo. It touches everything.
I mean, and we got to be real. Like I said, Snoop is the biggest crossover rapper in the game right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, this dude is serial. Like I was tripping out how much this dude got his hand. I mean, just it's wild. He on his Shaq. He on his Shaq game. So, and like I said, I just thought the timing of the record probably made a lot of sense considering, like I said, Sting was on The Voice this week. So, he just debuted the song on the Amazon thing. So, like I said, lot of things when you put them all in cohesion, it makes sense. You know what I mean? So,
but see, this is another reason why I have to give a song like Not Like Us so much props, because a song like that did not have to have Sting on it. It didn't have to have whatever, and it's everywhere. Charlamagne mentioned something this week, and I had to think about it. He was like, what are those songs? And I'll give y'all this challenge as well. What are those songs that like just culturally, they just touched a ceiling? You look at MC Hammer's Can't Touch This. Naughty by Nature's OPP. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like songs like that.
Right.
Yeah, songs that they crossed over because they crossed over. They didn't add what we just heard. Like what we just heard is trying to get to the level of those songs I just mentioned versus those songs just being that regardless. You know what I'm saying? So something to think about.
But we don't know.
Back on that a little bit because it is Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. These guys are titans in their own right. They are titans
and in their 50s.
There's a lot of connection there. They might have simply wanted to just do a song with Sting. And that's just what it is. I mean, at that level, you can make whatever type. I mean, they are, Snoop, Dre have done, they are icons in our world for sure. They could have simply just wanted to do a song. Now how they came out, I respect what you're saying. But why they did it, I would hope because that would mean there's some insecurity going on. And I don't believe that they're insecure. I believe that they're secure enough to be like, you know what, this week, fuck it, we want to do a song with, the Marleys, or we want to do a song with whoever they want. Yeah. They've earned that to me. Now, how it comes out is a different story.
Yeah, I mean, and we could honestly say, and this is where like Snoop is like one because he hasn't lost urban audience. You know what I'm saying? He done records with people in fucking Korea, people in we had the group on here from Russia or some shit like that, right? So it's like, like we could call it corny, but is it really corny? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Raymond, I don't know if y'all paid attention to they roll. I don't even think is the Drink Champ joint they did. Is it out yet? They didn't release it yet, right?
Oh no, that one they might save for the actual album.
So if you look at they rollout, they promo. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was the video for the second single, but it's for the Gin and Juice company that Dre and Snoop have together. So they whole rollout, I'm sure, like I go back to it again, I'm sure Dre and Snoop definitely thought about not just this album, but the after effect of how they're going to put this out, what they're going to do, the business moves they're going to use. I'm sure that Dre spoke to Jimmy Iovine, and they trying to make other moves of getting the music. So I'm sure, just like CL said, yeah, they in their 50s. Is more than just the music for them. It's also, okay, what business moves are we going to do to try to make this go on even further and put our music in these different commercials to promote our brand.
I agree.
That's where I sort of have a problem though. Your team thinking about business and how you roll it out is one thing, but the music you create in that space is another. So I know I can hear Dre just do Dre, meaning like he found a dope ass Jack sample break, he flipped it hard as fuck, straight lyrics. I'm talking about Snoop Dogg circa 92, 93. and I would be fine with an album full of that. Probably be a classic instantly. Now, how to take that and market it would be somebody else's job. But to make songs specifically to try to influence parts of America, I'm not really for all of that shit. I think that's when shit gets corny.
And that's what I was about to say. Like,
that might be a sign of the times, though.
Well, no, it's not a sign of the time because that's been happening for years. Like that's been That's the reason why there was so many albums, even in the late '90s, early 2000s, that just ended up whack because too many people was trying to chase that type of shit. Like going back to Puffy, like he put in that Shiny Suit era and he was doing all them tracks that was, bringing up old 70s disco. People was trying to emulate that, and they was doing things that were outside of their wheelhouse for those express reasons that Swerve just mentioned. And we look at it now as corny. Like a lot of that shit did not work. I can think of so many names. I could throw KRS-One in that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you don't need certain shit. Like it's not there. Like they're the music people, so they should be able to hear what's coming out. I understand you doing art, you in the circle of your own art, and you can't hear outside of that circle. But a lot of times you can, and sometimes that shit ain't needed. So yeah, we don't need to make music to try and pull an audience into us. That's not the type of artist I look at them as. But I know there's artists like that, Drake. But there's people that do that. You know what I'm saying? Leave it up to them to do that. For y'all, like, don't mess up a good album just because you're trying to,
Yeah. So you're skipping that one. We know Quantum skipping that one though. If we see,
I hope it's left off. But I would love to not hear it because I feel like that album is gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it genuine. It will be.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, as far as what I see,
you can see the playlist, Quantum. You can look at the playlist. Been up for about a couple of weeks, and it's like darkened out. So I think for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, not even like opening up certain songs on a project. Well, it's out next Friday. So
it's out next Friday. So
next Friday it'll be out. So
yeah, I'm just waiting, man. It's just like when LL dropped his track listing, and I saw like Saweetie on there, and I saw who else was on there that I was kind of like, I don't know. And then I hear the shit and I'm like, oh, this shit knocks. Like even the ones that I was kind of worried about. Like that's what I want. Like fuck everybody else and make whoever you getting to collaborate with, bring them to your world. You know what I'm saying? Like bring them to your world and bring people over there to your world instead of the opposite end.
All right. Missionary. Next Friday the 13th. It's up. You know what I mean? Keep this one out.
Yeah, more fire than the big.
They know, fuego.
Fuego is fire.
Fuego, they know. Why you looking so hungrily when you living so comfortably? Cause I know that they suddenly take the rug right from under me. I'm just sipping the bubbly. I accompany companies. You see me in the luxury drive. Fuck with me luckily. I don't deal with the fuckery. Keep a biscuit that's buttery. I ain't feeling the gluttony. Keep feeding me BS. And homie, I eat less. Don't need stress. I'm outside like it's recess. But I ain't in the hood. I'm raid out by the beach steps. I request the best to fill up my weed chest. Smoking pretty in your city. I'm litty. Hell no, I ain't puffing with Diddy. I'm witty. I went from freezing to steaming. I never thought that I'd be even leaving, but I'm believing. It's gotta be the reason I'm leaving. Fuego on fire until the day that I retire. Fuego on fire until the day that I expire. I went from being and scheming. I never thought that I'd be leaving, even I'm still breathing. Probably the reason I'm wheezing. Fuego on fire until the day that I retire. Liar, fuego on fire until the day that I expire.
Yeah, more fire than the big. Know I'm cool, but my little homie riding with the stick. You sliding on the op, so you sliding in the bitch. This is life. Get your money right. Survival of the fit. It's survival of the fittest. I seen niggas slip and get clapped and fitted. This the fast life, you could die in a minute. Nigga, or either die in a second. Niggas eat your food, then they come back for seconds. This is pain, I'm like Daddy Kane. No half stepping, Fuego is fire. Niggas so is SP. And you know I keep Fuego cause I got the best weed.
Well, seen in the scheming, I never thought that I'd be leaving, even I'm still breathing. Probably the reason I'm wheezing. Fuego on fire till the day that I retire. Liar, fuego on fire till the day that I expire. I went from freezing to steaming, I never thought that I'd be even leaving. I'm still believing. Gotta be the reason I'm leaving. Fuego on fire till the day that I retire. Fuego on fire till the day that I expire.
Gotta keep it 100, baby, let's be frank. If you say anything to me, then it best be thanks. They really copied the style to impress they rank. Just keep that shit to yourself like a septic tank. I'm feeling festive.
No wonder I'm the one that your ex misses. Tetris, don't make me spin the block on your breathless. I'm left with a bunch of dumb rappers chasing me behind. That's why I keep a peace of mind just for peace of mind. It's that time, they mad, it's my turn. They say if you keep playing with fire, you might burn. If you're watching me from wire to wire, you might learn how to do it. In order to teach, must be a student. I knew it was a bunch of you stupids that skip class, just looking for quick cash and girls for a quick smash. Then ended up broke cause the label is quick fast. Back at the crib sad and probably got whiplash.
All right. Some bars coming out of Rhode Island. This artist Tony Fuego. I'm a fan of Flawless. I like Flawless, the dude from Rhythm and Flow. So when I seen he was on the record, and then of course you got Styles P on there too. So I think they outbarred Tony Fuego, you know what I mean, for it being his record. But like I said, excuse me, I like Flawless a lot. So
yeah, Flawless.
Flawless is here. Anybody peeping the new season of Rhythm and Flow? Anybody see it?
I'm about to say ask that too. Now I ain't looked yet, but come on, peep it.
I don't know if I want to spoil, but it felt like some home cooking. I don't know if I say the winner or not.
Probably.
You know, because this year was in ATL, so Luda and Lotto was judges along with Khaled, and an ATL artist won. So I was like, and I don't think he was really the one. So felt like some home cooking. You know what I mean?
They trying to stay on the map. But that's corny if they cheated. If they did that, that's corny.
You guys got to go see it, make your own judgments. But I think the dude who should have won, he was at least in second place. But I think he outdid him. He definitely was more polished than this dude that they get.
Whose network is it on?
Netflix, and the whole thing's available now. So
okay, great. Okay, I'll check it out.
So it's like 10 episodes. You know what I mean? So
did everybody see the first one? Did anybody not see the first one?
No, seen the first one. Like I said, that's where, like I said, I that's why I first learned the Flawless. Like I said, Flawless is ill. That motherfucker can rap his ass off. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, I'm not mad him losing to D Smoke. That at least felt like that could have went either way.
Now,
but this season, this dude who won definitely felt some home cooking coming out the ATM. Definitely was not as polished as the dude who.
Well, I'm sure the producers, they did it. Of course, after the first one, it was. I'm not saying it wasn't structured or nothing, but I mean, they let it go, let it flow how it will. It definitely, a lot of them was on the first one was very nice. They had
yeah
at the end. You know what I mean, when they narrowed it down, but like I said, I haven't seen this one, so I'm sure. Yeah, they probably whatever they did, however, because they all about getting numbers, numbers.
I mean, and we got to understand, like, this ain't really about the music. Things get different when TV's involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'll say season one could have bodied a lot of these artists that were on.
I'm sure
this particular season. You know what I mean?
Sure. Shoot, that girl with the mohawk, she would probably body
that's what. And I tripped that we haven't really heard from her. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she was ill. She was out of New York, wasn't she?
Nah, she from Atlanta.
Was she from Atlanta?
Atlanta or Houston?
I was going to ask you, like, okay.
One of them two. Houston.
So this show, clearly, I know it's Atlanta. It's not Atlanta based, but it sort of is. What is coming out of Atlanta? Are there any new artists that are coming out of these shows or coming out of Atlanta itself that we should be looking for on the horizon? Because I feel like Atlanta has been quiet, and that's why they might have cheated to try to boost something coming out of the city. Anything popping coming out of Atlanta? Anybody? I mean,
C Styles, because I mean, from everything that C has been kind of saying on here, it's become a huge melting pot, right? So you got a lot of everybody, different regions that are in Atlanta now.
Everybody's in Atlanta. I mean, shit. Atlanta's like the hub right now. So, I mean, everybody from the East Coast to West Coast, they all come to Atlanta. So they want to see what the hype is all about. You know what I'm saying? They want to see why is everybody coming to Atlanta and getting put on in Atlanta versus back in the day you had to come to New York to get put on in New York, or you had to go to Cali to get put in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically like everybody wants to know what the hype is all about until another state gets up there and says, okay, we're going to go to that next state. It's all a phase to me. I mean, to me, it's all a phase. You're going to get on.
What's up with the new artists that are coming up? Like anybody that you would say, yo, check out for her or him. Anybody that's coming up.
There's a couple of people I got in mind. You know what I'm saying? You got oh shit.
I tell you, I think they're struggling, man.
Nah, it's a few artists. But you know, when we do New Music Mondays every Monday, we have a ton of people, not just big names, but these locals, like they come to us every week. So we had a couple of, like, we had this one female artist that came in. She was so soulful. I got her number. I told her I'm gonna keep it locked with her. I told her to lock in with me because she had something special. Then there was it's a couple of other artists, but we're gonna see how that do. But you know what I'm saying? Our most thing was working this Ice Cube project, getting ready for the production for his new album, which is gonna be called Man Up. So, I mean, we've been doing other things, but our most recent project that we was getting for as far as the artist concerned was Ice Cube. But I got my cousin. He's on The Voice right now, so we just trying to see what he gonna do. He's in the semifinals. He's one of the semifinalists right now. His name is Jan Dan. If you ain't see The Voice, so he's one of the semifinalists. That's my cousin Shakim's son.
Okay.
Shakim, the DJ for New Edition.
Okay, dope.
So we all rooting for him, and then like I said, there's a few artists that comes through the cracks, but nothing to say, oh shit, that one blows my mind right now. There's none of that happening right now. I think they waiting till the first quarter and just putting out bullshit like they've been doing, and then they're gonna really drop something at the top of the year.
I think honestly, Kendrick kind of took over this year.
I mean,
you gotta remember that, like, that joint dropped the end of March.
Yeah.
So that was the first kickoff with him and Future and Metro Boomin. And then that little battle happened, and then Not Like Us dropped, and that owned hip hop all year long. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody really tried to step in that ring.
Now you got everybody running around talking about crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how many goddamn memes I done seen of that today.
Oh man.
You see how's Cube joints doing? How Cube?
We started at number 2. Right now we are at number 6, so we still in the top 10. Top 10, top 20.
Yeah, I think that So Sensitive record probably is the most mainstream catchy one of the whole project.
And then of course Snoop Dogg's project, because you know Snoop is a coalition DJ as well. So we working the joint, and then you know him and Dre is about to drop on the 13th, and we getting that together. So you know we doing coalition business right now. But other than that, everybody else is. I mean, like you said, Kendrick dropped. There's a lot of shit that got shut down after that. It's like, I'm gonna come after this. How gonna come after this? They not like us. He already told y'all. So how you gonna come after this? He dropped the album and have everybody screaming.
Yeah.
Like you can play that one, the Mustard record, and everybody is going to jump on the dance floor and scream.
Yeah. This is a test of a man. At the end of the
catchy.
day, you're gonna get knocked down in life. Can you get back up?
You're gonna win.
Can Drake get back up? That's just the test of a man.
I don't think in hip hop. Yeah, I don't think it. He can do the melody, Drake.
Only thing he gotta do is start suing people. That's all he's doing right now.
That shit's corny, man.
That shit is fucking whack. Because you let this man shit on you, and you didn't know how to come back and rebuttal. So now you in your feelings. So now you can't have no fun. Everybody else can't have no fun either. Fuck it.
All I gotta say right now, Drake look like David Banner when the Incredible Hulk walk goes off right now. That walk with the thumb, that's all I can see right now Drake doing. He trying to find a way. You know, once he get it, he'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? He just gotta, be an artist. That's it.
It's so funny how confidence is like really the key to all of this shit.
The man looks defeated. You see him every picture, everything right now. He looks defeated. You know, I mean, and think about it, man. He's let down an entire generation. Like there's like I know even for my sons, they was pro Drake for the longest. You know what I mean? And my oldest is about to be 24. You know what I mean? So they was very pro Drake for a long time, and now they're like, yeah,
yeah.
They don't like they ain't even listening to him.
Brittany says that she
there
has
go Brittany again.
teeth.
Brittany with the T's.
Yeah,
Brittany with the T's. It's the TTs, but
Yeah,
she
but
can't say that.
I know, Brittany. I know you got something. I know you got some tea. So I know you got something. You ain't got nothing on nothing. All right,
I want to know. I got a question. What did y'all think about him saying that he wants to take down DeMarcus DeRozan if he gets his jersey in the rafters? That he's gonna pull it down. What y'all think about Drake saying that?
We don't give a fuck about Drake.
Drake is losing his mind.
Really gives a fuck
Losing
about
your mind. What does NBA basketball got to do with your rap beef?
Yo, listen. As long as you keep doing the bullshit, we ain't paying no attention to you.
I don't think we care anymore.
Yeah, unless
we don't believe you. We don't believe you. You need more people.
Unless you buy the team, there's nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, and even the whole story behind that was when DeMar DeRozan was in Toronto, I guess he was doing bad and Drake helped him, whatever. So to see him in like the Kendrick video, we felt some type of way. You know what I mean? So, just whatever.
That bullshit.
Yeah. I did want to say on another tip, see Rhythm and Flow, your girl Honey Baby's in it. So she was a part of the collab episode. Okay. Very dope to see her. I was like, oh, hell yeah, Honey Baby got a look. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Honey Baby. That's what's up. That's what's up. Real quick, I know we about to play a song.
Remember them 16-year-olds, the twins that we had on there?
Yep.
They came to New Music Mondays that following Monday.
Nice.
And they got that working.
Good.
We put them on the right path. And I shouted y'all out if y'all ain't seen the live. I say, you know what I'm saying? I was on the Digiwaxx. I was the one that told y'all to come to New Music Monday.
Oh, the Dow twins. Good.
Yeah.
And so they came to New Music Monday that following Monday. They ain't waste no time. They got on the stage, did their thing. All the DJs gave them feedback. They liked a couple of records that they performed. I said, and I was the one that told y'all to come to New Music Mondays on the Digiwaxx joint. He's like, oh yeah, we remember you. So shout out to Digiwaxx and all that. Shout out to my Digiwaxx fam. So they did their thing.
Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna get the link. I'm gonna put it in here as we listen to the music for the information on Legend. So just letting everybody know his the wake, funeral, and burial will be all this weekend. So just bring it back up because I know everybody.
Rest in peace, Legend, man. Way too young. All right. I know there's Wop Dad in that joint. Quantum, whose record is that actually?
So that's actually Money B, formerly of Digital Underground. It's featuring Guap Dad 4000 and Excellence. You're probably more familiar with them names than me, but Premier had actually sent that over like a couple weeks ago, and I finally got to it. But I was kind of feeling that shit.
Yeah. So is that a Premier beat?
No.
Okay.
That's he just every now and then I guess people will get at him and he'll send stuff if he affiliated with him or know him or whatever the case may be. But I think the composer, the who produced was that Excellence cat. That's who was on the production.
That almost does
simple
sound
production,
like but it almost sounds like the Digital Underground vibe of their music in the day.
I was just gonna say that, keeping that legacy alive, because that's a dope legacy. Digital Underground and Shock G had a sound, and that actually goes with that sound. So shout out to Money B. That's great to hear that he's still making music and still holding it down for Digital Underground. They did a lot, man. You know, they're sort of underappreciated. There would be no Tupac, you know, and shout out to Humpty and Shock G genius with all of that even before Tupac. You know, we was on a Humpty dance and everything. So shout out to them holding it down for the Bay.
Hey, quick question for y'all. And since you just brought that up, just a quick question and be honest. Did any of you think, and this I guess the people that was there and remember, did any of you think that Shock G and Humpty Hump were not two different people?
In the beginning, of course, I thought they was two different people. It wasn't until later on with like MTV, Yo on TV Raps or something that I finally figured it out. But it wasn't until like a couple of years later, or maybe a few months. I don't remember. But at first, I swear to God, it was two different people, B.
I never thought that.
You knew they were the same person from jump.
Yeah, the first single that dropped was what was that? What was that? Do What You Like. And then Do What You Like it was Shock G just with a nose thing, with his nose on. But as I got older, I started hearing people that really thought they was the same. I'm like, no one knew this for, you know, and obviously, like you said early on, but like from the jump, I was like, well, that's the same person. Because even when they would do interviews, it was clearly someone else that was being Humpty Hump as Shock G was talking. Like that didn't even look like the same person from the video. But I didn't know that many people were really fooled by that shit.
Yeah, I heard even they were trying to say they were brothers or twins or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. All I knew is that they
rest
had
in peace, Shock G, though. Rest in peace, Shock G.
Yeah. Cat and Humpty.
I thought they were twins myself. I was like, man, there's twins in the group. But then you look at the pictures, you know, you only see Humpty, but you didn't see Shock G. You know what I mean? So that right there drew a red flag. Okay, they're the same person.
Yeah, well, I knew when I think Fab Five Freddy, they were shooting from scene to scene and they would never be in a scene together. And that's when I was like, it's all shot, it's all one dude. But in the beginning, yeah, it looked like there was two people for sure. And that shit is genius. I don't think anybody's attempted to try to do anything like that since.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely have.
And it wasn't like, you know, way to the left corner. It just was fun. You know what I'm saying? Like Humpty had his own energy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, plus the music was good, which in the end, you know what I mean? That's what we want, right?
Yeah. And who tried to bite that though? Who attempted to pull a Humpty Hump?
Well, it's not bite, but if you look at just the idea of MF Doom, like just that alone, you know what I'm saying? Madlib had Quasimodo, and Quasimodo, like for those that knew, Madlib would put out different albums under different monikers. Hell, Cool Keith. How many aliases? You know what I'm saying? So,
now,
but
really
they were
though,
known like Digital Underground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really though, Digital Underground was inspired by P-Funk by George Clinton, and he was George Clinton had an alter ego too, Sir Knows, you know, so that was his alter ego. That was his version of an alter ego that George Clinton kind of created that kind of vibe in the first place, man. You know, he was the one that started all that, really.
And Shock even said that. That's why he said he used the nose because of Sir Knows. Yeah.
Sir Knows. Boom. See how that shit started to make sense. It's crazy.
Hey, I just left for y'all area.
What area?
Hey, I just left. I was in New Jersey, close to New York. I was close to y'all. I'm out of that mug now.
Ah, man, you should have sent the text or something. Damn.
No, bro. I wasn't staying there with y'all aggressive driving ass. I'm out of there. When I come back, I'll see
cold
you.
out there right now too. It's cold in New York right now.
20-something degrees. Shit is real.
Damn.
Shit is real. It was cold last night. And I think we got some snow coming, which I'm actually excited for. I like when it gets shut down and everybody got to stay still for a couple of days. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, it'll be dope. You know, I think Swerve was out last night. He went to a dope listening joint for Graph and 38 Special. And next week is going to be lit here. We have a lot of holiday joints, a lot of holiday parties. So yeah, next time say something, man. At least, you know, put you on to something.
Yeah, she didn't want to holler at nobody. She hit our phone any other time. She didn't want to, yo, I'm nearby. I just want to say hi. Picture, text, nothing.
Hey, not with that snow coming, bro. I already dealt with that for Thanksgiving going to Utah. I'm out of here. I had to catch y'all on the rebound. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was at the Graph joint. Graph new I think Raymond the new video was dropped at midnight. I think I put it in a chat. If y'all want to play it, show it. It's with 38 Special, but the event was for Graf. His new album drops. I think has a new project dropping this week. You know what I'm saying? For those that CL, like I said, he's willing to come up on here. I spoke with Wayne, his manager, Wayne, and they say they'll definitely they they with it, they're for the DJs, of course. But he got some dope joints with a lot of dope people, but he finally got it.
It's actually gonna be 38 Special's project though?
No, it's Grass Project.
Oh, okay, word.
This new song with 38 Special is I guess a single, one of the singles off the project with 38 Special, but it's Grass Project is his whole what he got going on. After he also got a video with Jim Jones, and another one with him and I don't know if that's on the project or is it old, but he was showing like his latest videos, one with Dave East. I started listening to that Dave East and was it Dave East and A-Rap music joint. I ain't get through it all yet, but definitely trying to listen to some other joints, see what's rolling, what's hot.
Word. Well, we'll run this one because I know you said this was everybody as we get into this holiday spirits. Again, world's most popular rapper.
Cali boy.
Like I said, I think that's a full Death Row Christmas record. I think every one of those artists actually signed to Death Row on there. So
shout out to Death Row, man. They're releasing like they are in 1992, 91. They're not playing. Shout out to Scoop.
You know what's funny, guys, that I said like a lot of people be saying, Beyonce be hold it down when she come out with her album. But every Christmas time, it's always Mariah's season. She holds that record. Like a lot of people got Christmas albums, Christmas songs, but as we know, this is her moneymaker. Yeah, time of the season. Mariah Carey. And I don't know if it was a concert or I don't know if it's old or new, but they just had it on one of the channels here. And I said, yo, Mariah owns the Christmas season here in America. Like as far as her song being played.
They say at minimum she makes $500K, but like I said, yep. She had minimum $500K to like 1.5 a year every Christmas.
Yeah, same song get played, every year.
Y'all don't think it's more?
I do.
I don't think it's more than 3. I mean, more than 1.5. I think it's more than 1.5.
Well, she does a tour without question. She gets.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about just off the music alone. She gets the shows, she gets the looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
She definitely is probably making more. You know what I mean? I mean, think about every time you go into a store right now, you hear Mariah.
Man, you hear that same song. You go home, you hear that same song.
Yeah, you hear a bunch of songs.
She don't have to make no more music and be good with just that forever, ever.
Yeah, she can.
Funny. Shout out to Sus One. He DJs with her every year. Anyway, that being said, we got our first guest on. He's kicking it down in the bottom. Shout out to Mike, man. Are you there, brother?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Good to be here. Nice to meet all y'all.
All right.
My name's Micah, but I go by Mike, man.
What do you prefer, man? Because, this is a family show.
You could call me Mike, man. I mean, that's my artist name.
Okay.
It stems from my actual name, Micah. So,
Dope.
yeah, you just fine.
Dope.
Yes, sir.
You mind sharing your camera, man? That way we can really get into the vibes.
Yeah, I got you for sure.
All right, there
That's
you
good.
go.
I'm just in my car right now.
All right, chilling out. One more favor.
Yeah.
Turn it to the side for us.
I got you, bro. Got you.
Oh, okay. It might have that screen lock on it because it ain't fill the screen. I don't know. It got the screen lock. So just turn it the other way. It's all right. We'll just go with that one. But it's all good. All right, checking in, man. Checking in. You look like you cold, man. Where you at?
Yeah, man. I'm out here. Is it good now? Is this right?
Yeah, you good now.
There we go. Yeah, man. I'm out here in Maryland right now. It's extra cold out here, man. It's like, I don't even know, like 30s or something like that. It's John Berry out here.
What'd you say, John Berry?
I said like Ja Berry. Like out here we say like Ja, Bear. Yeah,
I ain't mad at
it's
it.
cold, man.
Yeah, that's that Northeast, man. It is what it is, man. Well, welcome to the
Sure.
show. Happy to have you on, man. For those who don't know you, just give us a little bit about your background, man. You know, who is Micah, aka Mike, man, and where are you from, man? Where were you raised and came up in music?
Yeah, man. So born and raised in Maryland. I've been here pretty much all my life. I've always been a lover of music. I've been listening to it since a youngin, and all my family sings in church. So I used to always, be in church when they would be doing their rehearsals and all that. So pretty much grew up around it. Um, I went to college. I just graduated this year actually from a University of Towson with a physics degree and an entrepreneurship minor. But music has always been my like main passion, and I've been, making music myself for 7 years, going on to 8 right about now. But yeah, it's always been a real big passion of mine, and I've always kind of just been, doing it on the side while also, fulfilling my parents' wishes of me, doing school and getting that over with. So I'm, happy that I can finally, pop out and, really just chase after my dreams of, being an artist and, just doing that. So yeah, I mean, in terms of music, I'm really influenced by like a lot of the new school type of rappers, but also like older school people like MF Doom. I really like him a lot. I listened to like a lot of Drake when I was growing up, a lot of Kanye West, a little bit of Kid Cudi. A lot of people say that my music reminds them of like a Post Malone, like in the beginning, not so much right now where he's doing like his whole country whatever type, but it's more so like beginning type Post Malone. But yeah, I'd say my music kind of lives in that like hip hop, alternative, poppy-ish type of lane. Like it's really a good little mix of everything.
No, it's good, man. First of all, congrats on the graduation and getting a degree in physics. I know that wasn't easy, and it's dope. It seems like more and more MCs or just artists in particular are like, let me get my degree along with my art. Let me do both sides of it, and it seems like that's becoming a dope wave and trend and whatnot. Um, so
Yeah, for sure. I
so
mean,
so
I
you
think
go
people
ahead, go ahead.
gotta
Mhm.
people gotta, inspire people to, do stuff like that, because nothing is given in this world. So you gotta, be able to at least have something to put your name to it, at least something to hold you over while, you do chase your dreams.
Yeah, have you thought about what you want to do with that with the degree? I mean, I know music is on the one side, but what do you want to use your degree to do on the other side?
Yeah, so on the other side, I actually have been making inventions. So I've been in multiple different business competitions, and I've all the ones that I've been in, the judges have told me that they wanted me to win, but they have voted for other people. So I mean, I don't know if they're just trying to be nice to me or what, but yeah, I like making inventions and innovating different industries. So with my physics degree, I've been doing research into different types of materials that I can use to just innovate different landscapes and hopefully, you know, bring something to this world that can push us forward in different advancements.
Wow, we talking deep, different landscapes, new materials, fire,
Yeah,
some Spider-Man webbing. I don't know.
yeah, no, for real. Graphene, that's that Spider-Man webbing.
Oh, there's a name for it. That's crazy. Graphene. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, search it up.
Yeah, man. So how's the music scene in the DMV right now, in your opinion? Anybody that's inspiring you as well, locally, um, or anything that you find to be pretty interesting or inspiring?
Locally, I would say probably the only person who's really doing like the local thing, or maybe not even the local thing, but like someone who's come out of the DMV area is Corday. He actually went to Towson University as well, but he ended up dropping out because the music stuff started popping off for him. So I like to say I'm kind of like the different path that he's taken. If he had stuck with it, that would probably be more so akin to what I'm doing. But yeah, he's probably like the only real artist from out here who's, I don't know, seen like a little bit of success in the last couple of years. Besides that, I feel like in the DMV, it's just kind of hard for people to get on. There's not really that much of like a real music scene out here. Like there are people who are really like into music and do live music and stuff like that. Like there's the whole go-go scene. Like it's big out here. Like that's DMV is go-go, you know? But it's not really much of like a new artist, like artist development, or you know, anyone who like is big who's really putting on any like new artists and giving them the shine that I think they deserve. So in terms of DMV, I'd say like I've kind of just been like, for what I'm doing, I feel like I'm already way like ahead of a lot of other people out here just because there's not really many chances to even get on around here. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Let's talk about the single 12. Where did it come from? What's the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so 12, I don't know if this is a good thing to say, but I actually made that song like almost like in 2018. Like it's a really, really old song, but it's still like a really good song because I've gotten it remastered this year, and I've been like doing a real push on it. But I made it in 2018 after back in 2018, you know, weed wasn't legal. So, you know, me and my boys, you know, we was rolling up and we got like caught. And this is when I was in high school, so I was a minor. And then yeah, I ended up making this song about like pretty much like 12 on my nose, and pretty much, you know, just unknowingly like pretty much manifesting a life that I wanted, you know, like having ice, chains, being on the road, being on tour. And it was just like a smooth melodic record. And even back then, everybody who heard it, they could already tell that it was a really good song. So I've just kind of been holding on to that song since then, because I always knew that it was a song that, given the right, you know, light and shine, could do a lot. So yeah, to me, it's like a song that I've always had. And to all my friends, they're like, man, I always knew this song was going to take off. So to finally see it, you know, starting to gain traction and people hearing it in clubs and like getting down to it when they've never heard it before is like, to me, is just amazing.
Shout out to DC, shout out to DMV. We on with
Yeah, man.
and we're gonna play this record 12. Check it out. We'll come back with some more questions, some more talk. New Music Wednesdays.
Let's go.
No sound, see? Y'all hear anything?
Negative, sir. No sound on my end.
CL, no sound, see?
Yeah, I don't hear nothing at all.
All right, my bad, Michael. We'll get the technological stuff worked out real quick.
No, it's all good, man.
Shout out though, man. Congratulations to you on the degree though, homie. That's super, that's big. That's big. So no one can ever take that from you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it meant a lot to my family because I'm the first person to graduate. So all my younger cousins and younger siblings, they all tell me how much, you know, they have been inspired by me actually going through, because I have older siblings and cousins that have dropped out of college for multiple different reasons. So it's like I've been the first one to kind of break down that wall. So it really gets me like, emotional, because it's like my whole family has been held back, and I'm the first one to kind of break down that wall. So
you got to break down. You got to break it down, man. You got to break it down to let people know, yo.
Oh, my bad. I just realized that the video, the song wasn't playing.
Nothing wasn't playing.
That's what it was like. All right.
I apologize. Let's get to the song. We come right back. That is my bad. I thought I had put the share up, but you know, I'm over here vibing. I ran to the bathroom and came back. It's all good. This is how it goes. New Music Mondays. You know, New Music Wednesdays. Check it out.
That's the start of the video.
And you can bet that I got 12 on my nose. I stay froze. I don't wanna fight, I gotta get back on the road. Ooh, Sunny on my line, she be hitting all the time. I don't wanna beat up, so I ain't even hit reply. 12 on my nose, skipping all class. I don't really show up, but I still get to pass. Sally on my line, she be hitting all the time. She be looking real fine, see her bottom but a slide. 12 on my nose, I stay froze. I don't wanna fight, I gotta get back on the road. Ooh, Sunny on my line, she be hitting all the time. I don't wanna beat up, so I ain't even hit reply. 12 on my nose, skipping on class. I don't really show up, but I still get to pass. Ooh, Sally on my line, she be hitting all the time. She be looking real fine, see her but I'm about to slide. Get the bands out, pop it out, jumping out slim. I've been sending all you mans, I'ma tell you to my kids. Keep my eyes out, grind out, make it how I like now. Ain't got time for funny business, yeah, it's my time now. 12 on my nose, they keep driving right past. It's been 2 hours now, and the homie still gas. Gotta watch out, hop out on the op now. Coolin', but we booted and we don't do no small talk now. No small rocks now, no fake talk now. I do other things you can't imagine, I evolve now. Handling the ball now, I get shot call now. Mikey stay making good times, no more fallout. I've been laying on the low, fire iceman's froze. I've been on a different team, I've been on a different road. I don't go switching things, I don't go switch on bros. Laying on the low, we shifting. And you can bet that I got 12 on my nose. I stay froze. I don't wanna fight, I gotta get back on the road. Ooh, Sunny on my line, she be hitting all the time. I don't wanna beat up, so I ain't even hit reply. 12 on my nose, skipping on class. I don't really show up, but I still get to pass. Sally on my line, she be hitting all the time. She be looking real fine, see her bottom but a slide. 12 on my nose, I stay froze. I don't wanna fight, I gotta get back on the road. Ooh, Sunny on my line, she be hitting all the time. I don't wanna beat up, so I ain't even hit reply. 12 on my nose, skipping on class. I don't really show up, but I still get to pass. Ooh, Sunny on my line, she be hitting all the time. She be looking real fine, see her bottom but a slide. Looking real fine, see her bottom but a slide. Looking real fine, see her bottom but a slide.
Sounds pretty good for an 8-year-old song. Or is it 6 years old? Whatever the case is.
Hey man, I always said I was ahead of my time, man. I got so much stuff because I just been working on music all by myself for so long, man. You got a catalog.
Who produced that?
That was actually a beat I found online on YouTube.
Oh, shout out to the YouTube producers.
Yeah, for real, man.
No doubt.
I think when I found that, it had like 1,000 views on YouTube. And the guy who was the engineer was like, "How you be finding all these beats with only like 1,000 views and they fire?" I was like, "Man, I be searching. I be on YouTube for hours just going through beats, man." It was crazy right there.
Is that still a thing though? You know, I know they have like a couple of apps popped up, like BeatStars and everything, but is going to YouTube, finding a fire beat and just killing it, is that still a viable way?
I think it's still viable, at least for me, because I feel like I found certain people who make beats that I like the type of sounds that they use, and I like how they, set it up and arrange it. So I think it's just about finding what works for you. But I feel like one of the other things is that you run into a lot of people who just do like cookie cutter beats. So you really got to have a good ear to understand, what beat is worth your while and what beat isn't, because for me, like I really want something that's like one of a kind, so it takes a good ear, I'd say. But it's definitely I like doing it more than like BeatStars or any of that. And I got YouTube Premium, so I can just skip, 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 skip. Like I can run through all the beats and not hit a single ad. So
I ain't gonna lie, that $10 a month is worth it. Or whatever it is.
uh-huh.
It might be a
Yeah.
little bit more now. I think it's $14.99. But it's
Hey, YouTube Music on the come up. Don't sleep on that.
well, so is your process the same now? Like, are you still searching YouTube, other places for your production, or have you found a partner that you really trust with the sound, or is it something else?
So nowadays I got people who send me beats. Um the last couple of songs that I've been done have been with in-house engineer who I've been working with. He's the one who remastered this song. So we've just been working and we'll sit down and like I'll have different melodies of songs that I've like written and we'll kind of record those, but then we'll delete the beat and then recreate our own beat, So that kind of helps figure out the beat situation. Um, but yeah, I'm always looking for people who like I have been looking for like a producer or somebody who can really like take me to that level where I'm trying to go in terms of like finding my own very distinct sound. I used to have this producer who I was working with back in that like 2018 space, but it's hard for people to keep on going when you don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel. So for him, he kind of got burnt out, but he's been seeing everything that's been going on with me, so he wants to tap in again. So hopefully we can get back on that. But yeah,
Yeah, I actually like that song a lot. The 12, I really like it. Like
thank
it's
you, man.
how's the reaction been? Like, how's the streaming been? Has there been someone that's been
Mhm.
getting stronger reaction than others?
Yeah, so overall the reaction with 12 has just been so like it's been so positive, really. Like it's almost like crazy to say that. It's like just like positive, like no doubt. Like I don't even like the negative is like so small that it's like almost non-existent. Like the other night, we were at this bar or this club in DC and they played it for the first time in the club and people was like they was really getting down to it, but none of these people had heard that song before. So I was like, wow, like it really works. And there was this one guy who I know who just happened to be there. And he was like, yo, like I heard this song on your story, but now that I'm hearing it in the club, like it just hits so much different now. Like it really hits. And I was like, yeah, for real. So I never even really made that song to be like a club song, but it kind of has found its own, like almost like a life of its own. In terms of the streaming, it's been gaining a lot of like streams, like it's been going up like a lot, and we're not even really pushing it anymore. But the algorithm is still picking it up and streaming it like a lot, like with no, like pretty much like the budget that we spent to like do a first initial push on it, we haven't spent anything since then, and we've done that amount of streams that we got, like half of it, like just organically. Like in like another like month or so, we might be like 200% up on the amount of streams that like without even paying it, if that makes sense.
It does because so I feel like streaming is influenced by social media, obviously, a lot, and of course, what happens in like lifestyle places. So whether it's bars, clubs, places like that,
Yeah, it's
or
getting dark.
or like radio, like there's still radio, still does push people, introduce people to new music. Like there are people that prefer to be. That's like just that's how they consume. So I definitely think it's those different touch points that can force it. But social media for the most part is free, so that's why it's a super X factor. It won't hit the budget as much. I mean, you could definitely pay to boost posts and everything, but sometimes things just go viral because people just like it, and that's just what it is. So, All right, we had a question come in. Shout out to DJ Head Rush. He said, as an inventor, what would he invent to change or improve the aspect of hip hop and AI technology?
Okay, this is a good one actually. So I actually had worked on this program that uses AI neural networks to be able to decode songs into different categories based on what it's hearing and the different frequencies. So pretty much what this code does is it'll rank a song and say whether it's like up to standard or up to par based on different characteristics. So, like, one of the characteristics would be like loudness, one of the characteristics would be like clarity, one of the characteristics would be like melody, one of the characteristics will like it'll just be a bunch of different characteristics. And it uses AI learning technology to be able to listen to a bunch of catalog of songs, and it'll pretty much like learn what's going on like each song. Like it'll have like a different register. Each song will have its own um I guess like levels of each property, if that makes sense. And it uses metadata to
Like a
Hmm?
profile, I would say, a song profile.
Yeah, it'll develop a profile for each song.
Mhm.
So pretty much uh that's like, yeah, like I did a project in school about it, but pretty much, yeah, you can like put in a song and then it'll like listen to the song and tell you like what it would rank the song. So I feel like it would be a useful thing to be used when people are kind of looking for high quality music, or if you're looking for music of a certain taste. You could probably use this type of technology to find a very highly correlated song that kind of fits the same benchmarks of whatever the song, your favorite song is. Or even for like music, like people in the music industry, if you want to go through a whole lot of music quickly, but you don't have all the time to listen to it, you just input it into this code, and the code will pretty much run it through its own AI learning, and it'll give you somewhat of a profile on it, so that you kind of know like, I might not even want to listen to this one because it's not even really hitting the types of numbers that it should be if it was, to be seen by someone like me. So, yeah.
Oh shoot.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. Yo, I don't think cats thought you were gonna have an answer for that like that. But
Yeah,
that
no,
was
they was
good.
trying to set me up.
They was trying to set you up. They was about to line you, but yo,
I'm sorry,
you
y'all.
came with something nice. Okay, out the Sensei, go ahead.
Well, sir, I got a couple things to say to you. First of all, you getting your parents encourage you to get a degree was not about them. It's about you. That degree is going to help you. They were
For
just
sure.
motivating you to finish it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm first generation in my family to finish my or do my degree or go to college. Period. So it's
Congratulations.
there. Yeah. So that's definitely a good way. That just shows that it's not even about the degree. It's about being able to discipline yourself through, and life is still going on while you in school, but just being
Definitely.
able to discipline yourself and get through those life things and still finish. So congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
Number two, don't stop doing competitions. That project that you just said, just find some funding or try to find a way to fund those inventions yourself, patent them, and you put them out here. You know, all it's about is just that solves a problem.
For
What you
sure.
just mentioned solves a heavy problem. So don't worry about those competitions because most of the time they are rigged. If you haven't already developed relationships with a lot of those people prior to,
Yeah, that is
um,
true.
so it's always good. Yeah, so don't get caught up on those. I mean, you can do it for exposure, but for the most part, don't get yourself caught up on those because you're a great inventor yourself. So just do the work, do the research, and put the invention out yourself.
Thank you
That's all
so
I had to
much.
say. Welcome
I
to the
I
call. Thank you for
appreciate you.
coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. And even though since Ray said don't, join the competitions, are they like what are some of those competitions and like how do you find them? Because I think it's amazing that you guys are coming with solutions. Problems and what's wrong, and all day people talk about these problems, but solutions make the world better. So I guess, are there like a lot of these conferences or a lot of these challenges that you attend, and if so, like what are some of them?
So some of the ones that I attended were mostly part of Towson University's entrepreneurial program.
Right.
So those are like most of the ones that I had gone to, but my professors actually sent me a lot of different ones that are just around the Maryland area because that's where I'm from. So it's really just about getting connected. Like once you go, like if you just search it up, you'll probably see a bunch of them. But pretty much what happens is like you'll enter into the competition. You'll either be giving a pitch or you'll have some sort of like a pitch deck or a poster that is going to be put up, and you pretty much explain, what the problem is, what you've created to solve the problem, and what you've done so far and what you're hoping to do in the future. So once you do that, the judges, yeah, like she said, like a lot of them are biased sometimes. Like they'll rank really hard on certain things and really light on others, so it kind of makes it a game of like just being able to suit the pleasures of the judges. But most of these competitions are actually really useful for people like me who are looking to get some early funding who don't have it, because they'll either, be giving you like a cash prize, or they'll be getting you into some sort of like accelerator where people will actually come in and help you with your business and, give you all the tools and all the things that you may need to be able to take it to the next level, or even really connect you with someone who's willing to sponsor you, or something like that. So yeah, there definitely are a lot of opportunities. I just got to keep on putting myself out there and just keep on working on what I have.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to all the accelerators, and feel like, yeah, that's where you'll find, first you get more knowledge on how to actually achieve the goal, but those networks they breed people that want to invest and that do
Yeah.
believe. So that's what's up. My last question would be, have you checked out, I guess, Web3 music solutions, direct to fan music solutions, and those sort of things as of yet?
By Web3, is there like a certain platform that you can mention to maybe
Uh,
jog my memory?
yeah, so you can check out something like Gala Music, or something like some of the Bitcoin protocols that allow you to release music on top of Bitcoin.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
go
Yeah, so I've heard of those. To me, I'm not really sure if it's gonna take right now, because I feel like most consumers, they just want something that's easy. They don't want something that's like gonna take a lot of like most people, they don't even know how to use like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in the first place. So why would they go through all those steps just to be able to consume music? You know what I mean? And we've seen it like even with Kanye and Tidal. Like nobody wanted to go over to Tidal to listen to his album. Like he had to end up dropping it on all the platforms that everybody usually listens to music on. So I think it's really just a matter of convenience. So I feel like I'll jump onto it when I see that someone is doing something to make it convenient for users, and giving users a reason why it would matter more to go there than to just do it how they regularly do it. But I do think the advantage of using all these other platforms is that it gives us a chance to actually, as artists and creators, to earn a better wage per stream or per listen. And I think that's something that definitely needs to change. And I do believe that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Web3, and all that could be the change that we're looking for in that space.
All right, dope stuff, dope stuff. I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to ask. But nah, man, good answers to everything. All right, K Max, step up, do your thing.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Oh, hey, what's up, Michael? First of all, yeah, congratulations on the degree. It's good to talk to. a fellow physics graduate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All the quantum mechanics, the mathematical methods, the E&M. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, you in it for real.
Yeah, no, I had to go through it too. And then like ironically I DJ and do desktop engineering. So let you go all the way with a PhD. A lot of times, if you want to go to DOE, years ago I actually interviewed at Brookhaven to be an accelerator operator. But yeah, that wasn't for me. But I did have a question. With you have to be good at math to do physics. Does that help you when you with your cadence and flow when you look at music, or do you just look at music as more of a thing you feel versus something that you do like mechanically?
Mm. With music, for me, it's really been like an outlet for me to express myself, and I really do feel like I'm more like new school when it comes to that. Like I'm more melodic, and I kind of go with like the vibes. I feel that at a certain point, I do kind of want to get more methodical with my process in terms of, how I go about creating music. But I do think that it's one of those things that's like, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. And for me, it's like when I listen to like a beat or listen to something that I want to, write to, I'll like hear the melody in my head that I want to sing. Like it's not even something where I have to strain or do much. Like I just hear it. Like I'll hear it in my own head, like without even really trying. So for me, it just kind of comes, and I don't try and force it, because I feel like once you try and force things, that's where it doesn't, you know, turn out how you really want it to turn out. But I do think that there is a strong correlation between being good at math and having a lot of musical prowess. I do believe there's been some research done that shows a lot of people who are good at math are actually really good at music as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's counting notes or even DJing, you counting beats, knowing 4/4 bars, 5/4 bars, things of that
Hmm.
nature. So yeah, it definitely helps.
Definitely. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
appreciate the question. Yeah, man, that's amazing. I hope to be able to achieve the level that you achieve. I don't know anytime soon, but dang, PhD is like yeah, mad respect
That's
for you, man.
and that's a definite investment, man. That's 6 more years. So yeah,
Wow.
yep, guaranteed 6 more years. You got to do the dissertation, the whole nine. But then, like, yeah, a shout out to also dope. You mentioned graphene because I like a lot of nanotech, what they like weaving in clothes and stuff like that, like different materials for the to
Facts.
make to make the product thinner but stronger and more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. If you're ever in Chicago, man, hit me up.
Oh, for sure, man. I was just in Chicago a couple months ago, so I'll definitely probably be there in the next couple months.
All right. You can put your email or contact or IG. Yeah, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool.
Cats are talking quantum physics with the graphene and the clothing webbing. My only beef was like, some of the clothing. Yeah, you can go. My only thing is with the clothing is that there are these reports that some of the clothing that have been coming out of the new design clothing, it's being made in a toxic manner versus a more how should I say healthy manner. So that's my only beef. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm gonna slide to the
Oh,
side.
no,
Huh?
don't mess with Timu or what's that other one? Timu and that other Chic,
Yeah.
or don't mess with that cheap crap. That is toxic for the environment. It's bad business.
You said it's
Well,
bad for your body.
yeah, well then like stuff the applications with graphene and the different materials, it's just instead of like wearing like instead of like wearing big ski jackets, you can wear a lot of them are now slimmer and they keep you equally warm and they could adjust to different temperatures and breathe differently and they're water resilient. I'm talking about good stuff, not Timu. Don't mess with that, man.
Well, this is what we talking about. All right, we're gonna go to Sheik Fire real quick, and then we're gonna go DJ Big Red. Sheik, do your thing.
Yeah, so Mike, a quick question for you. What's in store for you the next, let's say, 3 to 6 months? Like what's on your calendar?
Mike, your mic is on mute.
Yeah, so in the next couple months, I got some tours that I'm going to be doing around the US. I'm going to be jumping on the Lil Mosey date in Portland, Oregon. We're going to be doing, hopefully, opening up for YBN Corday in hometown in DC. And we got this another date in Miami, Florida, I believe in January or maybe this month. I'm kind of vague on that one. But also, I'm going to be dropping more singles. I got merch coming out, a whole merch line, so I'm going to be able to promote that. I'm at all these shows. Yeah, man, just pretty much just doing everything I can to get myself out there. Just staying busy. I'm meeting new people. I got a show with Bobby Shmurda coming up for the youth in DC, I believe. And we're gonna have like a bonfire where we talk to kids about the importance of math and going into like a math profession. So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. Definitely a lot coming on.
Dope stuff. DJ Big Red.
Hey, I like to say welcome to the call, man. It's DJ Big Red out of Dallas, man. Just want to say thank you for taking my questions. And Michael, brother Mike, I got my client in the chair, and we both was bobbing to the music. You know what I mean? So music sound good. My client rated, was it straight to you? Yeah. See, he said it was good. So look,
Yes, sir.
See, I'm the bonus on the phone calls. You get like people I'm cutting hair.
Yeah, no,
They
for
hear
real.
your music, man. So hey, so that's gonna be a plus for you, man. So all I can say, congratulations on your degree, brother. Keep moving forward, you know what I mean, and much success to you, man. And just keep grinding. Now, my question to you is, what keeps you motivated? Because you got a lot of irons in the fire, you know what I mean? What keeps you pushing forward your music?
So for me, and I just want to thank you for the love you're showing right now. Like honestly, like to be able to, get my music out there and show it to new people, like I'm always so appreciative of that. So first off, thank you so much for that. Um, for me, what pushes me forward with the music is that it's really me giving a piece of myself to others in hopes that they can find something within themselves from it. I feel like some of the best music that I love helps me find a truer version of myself. And in turn, when I make music, I hope that it helps other people find a truer version of themselves in whatever they're searching for, whether it's, greater happiness, greater euphoria, deeper thought, or whatever you're looking for. That's really why I create my music. And it's also to help me kind of get through and work through what I'm dealing with in the moment. So like sometimes if I'm really feeling some type of way and it's one of those things that I can't even really put it into words to somebody to make sense of it, I'll put it into words on the track. And me listening to that song multiple times over and over and over again will help me understand what I'm feeling, if that even makes sense to you. It's crazy, but yeah.
What's up?
So
That's what's up. That's it. I appreciate you taking my question. And again, much love and much respect and many blessings to you, brother, in your career.
Man, thank you so much. Whenever I'm out in Dallas, I'm gonna have to hit you up, man. I might have to get a shape up or something.
Got to. Come on through. My boy looking good over here, so you got to go and join the group, man.
Yeah, man. I was in Dallas a couple months ago. Y'all fun out there.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all for
Come on
real.
down. Hey,
Yeah, man.
I'll give you my information in the chat, man. I'll give you my IG, but you can hit me up.
Yeah, man. Just drop it in the chat. I'm gonna follow everybody who drops their IG in the chat. I got you.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, before we let you go, there was a bonus question. I guess he missed it, but what type of degree did you earn at Towson?
So at Towson, I got a general physics degree with an entrepreneurship minor. There was actually a debate between me getting that degree or getting a new degree that had been formed. It's an interdisciplinary degree, which would be an entrepreneurial physicist. And I would have been the first entrepreneurial physicist to graduate from Towson and first Black entrepreneurial physicist to graduate from Towson. But I decided to just get the major and the minor because it actually takes more work to get the major and the minor as opposed to just get the interdisciplinary degree. So
Dang. All right, man. Making a lot of stuff moving and grooving, boy. I tell you. Shout out to the
and I appreciate y'all for real.
man, you
Thank
got
you.
a lot of stuff going and cooking. So shout out to you. And nah, man, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you for taking the time to come and just kick it with us today, man. It's been a pleasure just hearing about your journey, your music, and your achievements, man. It's really, really good and really positive and motivating. And for those who want to stay in contact or let's say do other interviews, make sure that they connect with you for drops, maybe custom versions of the song or anything like that. What's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
So best way to get in contact, if you follow me on Instagram, MikeMan112, and then I have my email that you can like tap to email me on my actual page, and it'll go directly to my people, and we can get something locked in. If you're looking to work on anything, or you can just message me on Instagram. I always look at all of my text messages that I get on it. So I'll be sure to get back to you in a day span, if not sooner.
And what's your email? Just so I'll put it in the chat for you.
My email, it's contact, or it's like Be More Sounds.
It's contact be more sound at gmail.com. I'll post it in the chat.
There we go. Contact Be More Sound at gmail.com. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just trying to make sure we got it right. Yeah, man. Well, feel free to stay on. I'm sure people want to make sure they connect and stuff. I know Cass is trying to, everything from the music to maybe building some type of Spider-Man suit. It gets crazy. It gets but
For sure.
so it's all popular, man. I think it's great the music solution you spoke about, and I feel like there is no ceiling when you have the knowledge. So go do everything you can with it. We're here to support you. And again,
Definitely.
thanks for joining. We're gonna play a song and we're gonna come back with our next guest who's a familiar face. And we're gonna play some new joints from his project and catch up with him, see what he's been up to. In the meantime, check this record out.
Thank you.
Right there. Shout out to Fabio Foreign on that. Before that was Polo G, No More Heroes. And the Fabio Foreign joint's called Jason's Plan. Yeah, shout out to Fivio, however you want to pronounce it. He put together a nice little story joint. Thought it was decent. Ag, what's your thoughts? Trash? Medium? You on mute.
What up, CL? Was good, man. Peace to everybody. It was good.
We good.
That joint, it was interesting. It was interesting. I would say, it's not my kind of, my kind of way, but he trying to spice it up with the lyrics, tell a story over it. So I get it, you know what I mean? Shout out to him, Andy Brooklyn. So, shout out to Fivio, excuse me.
I think it's Fivio to Fabio. Man, anyway, we're gonna figure it out. I think it's Fabio for me. I'm gonna go with that. But Swerve said his drill's still in. Hilarious. It's all good, man. Hip hop's so diverse now. I mean, you just got whatever your bag is your bag. That's it, man. So that's how I see it. Anyway, Ag, how you been, man?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, just released this new album, Black Rich Port. You know, it's getting good reviews, getting a lot of great reviews actually. And you know, it's a breath of fresh air, you know what I mean, coming from me to the industry, to the game, to hip hop out there, people that love hip hop. I want to, hear from some veterans. And I feel like, it's a lot to talk about right now, and I feel like I cover a lot on this project and speak on a lot of things, that a lot of people ain't talking about as far as the culture, hip hop, race, facts. You know what I mean? Sometimes the truth hurts, you heard? So I just try to be, upfront, boldly honest on this project, as my years in hip hop. But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm excited. The fans are excited. Shout to Sice Bub. Everybody that, showed up to the album release party. It was great. Jamalski. He's on the project. Great God, Tragedy, Gaddafi. You know what I mean? Couple other names as well. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share it with the people out here at Digiwaxx, the Digiwaxx fam.
Yeah, no, appreciate it for sure. Shout out to dope spread on the album for sure. Just new to establish MCs and yeah, man, let's definitely get into it and whatnot. But before we start, anything else you want to tell us about it? I know you sort of gave us a quick overview, but the inspiration, I always like go to there, because you've been making music for a long
Well,
time.
unity. I feel like unity is a missing piece of hip hop right now. I feel like that I wanted to, approach between black and brown people and Latinos, Puerto Ricans, our history in hip hop, as well as our, black brothers out here that, are building the culture as well for the last 30 or 40 years, for my understanding, you know what I mean, in my era. And I just wanted to address that upbringing and that culture, and bring that, because if you don't know where you from, you don't know where you're going, and I feel like we all got raised by hip hop. We all got raised by it, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to, give that, give that focal point to this project right here, Black Rich Port. Rich Port, in Spanish means Puerto Rico, because Puerto means port, but Rico means rich. So I had to show that side of Puerto Rico where it ain't just all light skinned people. It's some dark skinned people out there that got African, roots and that got that in their blood, and I'm one of them. And just overall, just giving science to people like Achiro Schomburg, you know what I mean, who opened the Center of African American Studies in Harlem. Helped a lot of black scholars like
John
just
Henrik
many, just many people.
John Henrik Clark is one of them. But yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to, get that knowledge on this album, to let people know that Puerto Ricans, we didn't create hip hop, but you know what I mean, we contributed hella of a lot. And I'm one of the dudes, you know what I mean? I feel like, don't get enough props, don't get as just due. And I'm not mad at the industry for not recognizing that, but I feel like this project, this album here, when people listen to it, you know what I mean, they automatically snap out to sleep. You know what I mean? Wherever they was at sleeping on me, they snapping out of it right now. You know what I mean? So
I find it funny, right, that became a debate this year. Lord Jamal, I heard saying some stuff, and other people. And I asked a lot of people who was there in the beginning. Like shout out to DJ Hollywood. I remember having a conversation with him. I remember having a conversation with some other foundation MCs and artists, and they all said Puerto Ricans were there when hip hop was created. So the narrative, to me, I think it's not just a false narrative, but it's a dividing narrative. It's a dangerous one because when we really look at it at the end of the day, everybody who was poor and destitute and living in parts of New York that were coming together just to hang out and have a good time was a part of that energy, that culture. It wasn't something that was happening mainstream. It was very, very, I don't want to say isolated, but it was like for the miscreants, I would say. People just didn't have it, and they didn't have their place to go in. Yeah,
right.
And people formed a bond.
Yeah, hip hop was for people from the ghetto. Basically, we at my first, because I was born and raised in the ghetto, so that's the first music that I felt that represented me, you know what I mean? And what was going on in urban society at the time, whether you were Puerto Rican or whether you was from Caribbean, whether you was from, I mean, look at Slick Rick. He not from the Bronx. He was raised there, but he was born in London.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Saying, man.
But that we all, what my aunt told me is that we all learn from all cultures. We all borrowed something from all cultures. You know what I mean? We all kind of, we all shared that. That's why culture is, very important because, I eat Chinese food, but I'm not Chinese. You know what I mean? I listen to other music, but I listen to music from other continents, but I may not be from there. You know what I mean? If this is the world, bro. So, I just feel like people misguided the focus on who was doing what, why was this being done, and who took it to a next level, who, you know what I mean? But I'm still around. You know what I mean? Very well active, you know what I mean? People, if you know about Aguilar, my track record's crazy. I work with a lot of artists, you know what I mean? And I only could worry about what I'm doing at the time, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that I feel like, now I got a project that is very solid, a lot of good features on it. And we really just trying to spread that unity message again that's missing. Because I feel like, Tony Hinchcliffe went up there with Trump. I don't know if people, I guess it was a joke. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you know what I mean? Puerto Rico is not an island of garbage. It's actually a good place. I'm going there January 28th to do 2 shows. So, you know what I mean? I can't wait, you know what I mean, to go connect with the ancestors out there, connect with the people, connect with the island, rock these 2 shows out there. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? I just feel like, this is something that I want people to, feel in their hearts as far as my artist integrity is concerned. You know what I mean? And knowing how many, how much we've been dedicated to this culture. You know what I mean? Myself, you know what I mean? The people that I work with as well. You know what I mean? And knowing that, we don't deal with that separation. You know what I mean? And that's what this project is showing you on Black Rich Port. It's just showing you, get all that negative out the way. Get all that vibes. We ain't on no negative vibes. We on straight up building. We on a build process, a rebuild. You know what I mean? Rebuilding the culture like it was in the old days. You know what I mean? Puerto Ricans and blacks. We all in society have our ups and downs, but in hip hop, you know what I mean? We know how to come together. We know how to come together and unite. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that stand for that, you know what I mean? In New York, especially, because that's why I got a song on my album with I'll Be Back. He was in the movie ATL. I don't know if you're familiar with I'll Be Back, but he was an actor in the movie. He rhyming on the album, but the song we got is called rules don't apply. I feel like all that, started whoever this, black, this, that, in New York, those rules do not apply. You know what I mean? Because we a city of immigration. You know what I mean? It's a many people that migrated here, and black people. I don't want this to sound crazy or nothing, but I feel like I'm black, but I'm from another continent, from another place. Like Puerto Ricans, like if you look at my family pictures, they don't look white to you. They look black. Your color, my color. You know what I'm saying? Carmel or dark skin. So I don't know how we don't have African in us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in my blood. If you look at my bloodline, I ain't got nothing to front about out here. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely do, man. And that's just the way the genealogy is made up. Language differences mean nothing. We are who we are. That being said, let's get into a joint for the project. Yeah, let's play that Keep Living featuring Great God. And we're going to come back with Aguilar the Don. This is coming from the Black Rich Port. Check it out. The production's crazy, man. Shout out to that joint right there. Aguilar the Don.
Yeah. You know that energy, man. It's that energy. You know what I mean? That's the energy that we on right now. Shout to Great God. Yeah, man. I like that record a lot. Keep living, man. We all gotta keep living out here, Real facts.
Heck yeah, man. Shout out to seen B-Tip, said boom bap with the horns and whatnot. So state of hip hop today, man. Are you content with it? What do you feel needs to happen as we wind down 2024?
I think people need to keep hustling it. Keep hustling it. Basically, just get on your focus game and find new ways to do it yourself. DIY. I feel like the DIY way. It's up to your inner spirit, your inner hustler spirit too. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have that want to wake up in the morning and get on, get making records and contacting people from all over the globe about your music. You just can't expect people to do it for you. You know what I mean? Or labels to do it for you, or or your mans to do it for you. You know what I mean? You gotta be the one to push the buttons. In your career, and then you got to get a manager that help you guide things. I feel like a lot of artists still don't got managers or A&Rs around, and I did that with this project. You know what I mean? I felt like you got to build within, and then basically let that within spread. You know what I mean? And let that rock. I just feel like people searching for fame. If you're searching for, depends what you're looking for, But I feel like keep spreading the energy of you making dope music amongst the people that's around you, and keep the energy right with your fans, especially that, because they the ones that support you. You know what I mean? I really feel like the technology is a mess. With all these Spotify raps coming out today, I ain't even thinking about mine. I'm like, they only pay you pennies. Like, why everybody think about it? Like, they trying to get it, Spotify rap. I don't knock people for getting streams and views and all that, but, Snoop said he ain't even getting paid off of that. So we still got a lot to figure out. I feel like there's a lot to figure out, Till I hear somebody that's major saying, yo, I'm getting paid a lot of money off of streams. I don't hear that, and then you got bots, fake streams and all that. So the game is, saturated with a lot of fraud in it. So I don't try to base my life on the internet. I don't try to base my material, my craft. I'm a human. You know what I mean? I make the music. I use computers, but I do make music. You know what I mean? I do make it. You know what I mean? That's what I live and breathe. So as long as you live and breathe that, stay on your craft. That's what I tell people. Don't worry about the game changing on you. Worry about your craft and monetizing correctly and basically putting yourself on a marketing level. Get yourself marketed. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do with your stuff. You know, if you're not doing that and you're not getting to new audiences. I mean, I get it. Spotify tell you about your audience, you know. They tell you what audience, but do they tell you who directly? That's why it's good to get to your fans. Like, it's good to talk to them. It's good to, you know, be out there conversating. You got to get out there campaigning, kissing the baby, shaking hands, so to speak. So I feel like that's what artists need to keep doing if they want to stay relevant, if they want to even stay in the game, so to speak. You have to have some kind of reach with your fans. You know what I mean? I try to do that as much as possible.
You know, that's good, man. You also said something key, which is, you know, try to get a hold of your data so that you can track that down and be in tune with them by the way they're in tune with you. And data is not just from one data point. Yeah, Spotify's data, but there's a lot of other places you get the data so you can see who's actually tapping in with you and how they're doing it so that you can reciprocate and connect back with them. So
right.
So
for instance, I just did a contest. A remix contest for Love Affair, the next record you're gonna play. But I did a remix contest for Keep Living for producers. And I did a remix contest for Love Affair with Tragedy for MCs. So a lot of feedback from all over came in, from overseas, from the UK, from Canada, you know what I mean? From, you know, all different places, Africa, you know what I mean? People tapping in, trying to get on the remix. So, you know, it just showed me where my reach was at even more, because I'm connecting with actual artists themselves, giving them a shot, and also seeing where the hip hop, where my music is being, you know, where the music is being loved at. You know what I mean? It's not just here in the States. People loving my stuff overseas as well. And as an older artist, I feel like a new artist now, because now I'm reaching places that a label in the 90s couldn't reach me or get that data. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it was data, but it wasn't no internet data, you know, from when I got signed at Tommy Boy, when I was signed at Elektra, like that in 95.
They had data, it was just gatekeep, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. But let's get into this Love Affair with you and Tragedy Gaddafi, aka the Intelligent Hoodlum. You know, that's my guy. So let's play it, and we'll be right back.
Shout to him, man. Yeah. This is off the album. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it.
Black
Rich Port. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to all my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Shout out to the island.
Boricua, yeah, we in here.
Shout out to Carolina, you know, Old San Juan, and the rest of the beautiful.
Toa Baja, San Juan, yeah, man. All you know what I mean. My family, you know what I mean. Bayamon, you know, we all over. Yeah, we all over.
I have no idea.
Word, man, shout to
what that comedian was talking about. I don't even get involved in all of that, but he need to get punched in his face, and that's just what gotta happen. Sometimes I guess
I take it as a joke. I take it as a joke.
Yeah, okay, it was a joke, but sometimes old school.
I take it as a joke now because I didn't know that. I didn't know that he is a type of comedian that does that kind of comedy. He does that shock value comedy where he speaks about race. Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know if y'all familiar with who he is. He like a roaster. That's what he does. He like a roaster. He does roastings and all that. But anyway, yeah, the album is out, man. I'm just grateful that I get a chance to get this art, and I hope that the DJs and Digiwaxx spin these records and check out the album, because there's a lot more records on there. And you know, man, we excited over here at Propane Campaign. Shout to Ghazi at Empire. for allowing me, you know, to get the art out, you know what I mean, on all digital platforms. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I got merch, you know what I mean? If people want to get merchandise, vinyl, you know, we got the website set up. MasonDeFunk.com. I'll put it in the, you know, but if you need drops, people need drops, all that, let me know. I'm out here, man. We working. Word, see, I appreciate your time, you know what I mean? We just giving the culture what it needs, you know what I mean, from real vets, you know what I'm saying, and just staying in it.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Great body of work, man. I haven't even been through the whole project. I listened to a few earlier today. Really gonna dive into it, but the project is out now. So everybody, again, go look for it, support. This is real hip hop, and just dope production. I mean, everything's just, it is what it is, man. So if anybody wants to get in contact with
Definitely.
please leave your information in the chat. I don't know if anybody got any questions, but feel free to raise your hand and come to the front without question. Yeah, let me know. If not, please leave your information and let Cash just reach out and y'all can build on a one-on-one and make it happen for sure, for sure. All right. Somebody, let me see something.
No doubt.
All right. Well, I see DNA is going in. He just, said it's good music. And he was just going. Lastly, it was older adults in 1970 who despised our rap music and hip hop cultures in all three of our communities. I guess you'd have to explain a little bit more, but it's up to you. B-Tip, go ahead, brother.
Thanks, CL. Shout out to everybody here at Digiwaxx. Agala the Dime. Shout out to you, man. I heard some bangers for sure, man. I'm out here in Long Beach, California, rocking to that Brooklyn boom bap. That shit is.
LBC. Shout to my LBC homies. Big up the LBC.
That's right.
Man, love the LBC. Word?
Word up.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Shoot. Hey,
shout to East Side. Shout to my where you at? North side or East Side? You on the north or the east?
I'm in between now, but I'm an East Sider. I'm an East Sider.
Yeah, man. I heard you. Yeah. That's my people, man. Yeah, man. What's good?
All good, bro. Shoot. What three cities? Because you've been signing everything, so I say like how you know where to go. Like, what three cities are rocking with you right now that you would go do a show, like worldwide?
Three cities that's rocking with me. Well, good question. I'm about to go to Philly. Philadelphia is a big, supporter of Aguilar. Actually, LA, you know what I mean? Philly, LA, and New York, and you know what I'm saying? Miami. Those I said four, but yeah, you know what I mean? New York, Philly, Cali, and Miami.
Okay, cool. Yeah, bro. Leave a email or something so I can send you a drop script and everything, if you would.
Yeah. I sent it right here. If you see it,
okay,
it's in the chat. AguilarBiz@gmail.com, and you can follow me on Instagram, Aguilar the Dawn too.
I see it. Okay, good brother. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you.
No doubt, my guy. Thank you for the tapping. You heard?
For sure. Peace.
Yeah, man. Well, Ag will be moving and grooving around. I said the project's out. Are you gonna do vinyl for it?
Yeah, we got vinyl. Yeah, we got vinyl available right now. Right here, baby.
Right.
I got pieces right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got some pieces. You can go to. I'll put it up right there. The site you can go get it at is MasonDeFunk.com. They limited edition, so we got limited copies, available for people on the website MasonDeFunk.com. And we got CDs as well. So but if you want vinyl, if you want album, because I got two vinyls. I got a special vinyl and I got a regular vinyl. The special vinyl got an extra song on it. It's called Supply and Demand. So, you know what I mean? Tap into the album. You know what I mean? It's a good cop. I can even show y'all real quick.
Well thought out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? This the special vinyl right here, you know what I mean? But this the special jumpy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know. The colorful one.
Oh,
So,
again, you already know how we get down.
with the flag on it.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for joining, of course. You already know you're always welcome here. And I'll be checking everything. Are you doing
Thank you, man. And thank you to the Digiwaxx family for
you're gonna do another New York event, or
what happened?
Are you gonna do another event in New York?
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking at the 12th of December, but I'm coming out with Be Real and Psycho Less on the 11th. At Heaven Can't Wait. They bringing me out at that show. So I'm gonna be performing 2 songs off my new album on their set. You know what I mean? They bringing me out just to let everybody know that's in the New York area. If they want to catch me, come to that Psycho Less and Be Real from Cypress Hill. Got an album out. I don't know the name of it, but it's called Real Psycho. And they doing it up at on December 11th. But you know, I'm on tour, so I'll be coming out with Be Real in them. And that
I think his camera is getting jammed up a little bit. Yo. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ag's camera's getting a little bit, you know, Mr. Smith steps in once in a while. He don't play that shit. He'll snatch you. I think Smith got him. Yeah, he's in the Matrix, man. Damn. All right, we'll play a song. We'll come back. That should be happening, man. Mr. Smith be lurking. All right, check this out.
Bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. I bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, New York, New York. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, New York, New York. Soon as I hit the stage, I captivate the establishment. Speeding like an ambulance on the way to an accident. The way you traveling got me vexed, and I ain't having it. It's embarrassing, better watch who you collabing with. My hair do like Kyrie Irving. Am I a Maverick or a Celtic or a Net? Nah, I'm a Cavalier. How about a New York Knickerbocker? Ever traveled here? If you ask me, do I want to battle? I'ma answer, yeah. Tell them, boy. They call me the high talker, slam dunk on you damn punks like Kenny Skywalker or John Starks. In my hood, it's beyond dark, so let your actions speak before my dogs bark. Bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. I bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, New York, New York. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, they call me the enforcer. I'm like Oakley in the paint, celebrating after a close game, smoking on some dank. I lead the fans in the days, not knowing what to think. I'm so focused on my opponents, I don't notice a thing. Overall, I'm the king of the court, king of the sport, one of the greatest that you ever seen from New York. Raised in the concrete jungle where legends are born. Madison Square Garden, you ever perform?
performed in front of 19,812 people. The atmosphere got them under a spell. It's the fourth quarter, game tied, 3 seconds left. I decided to take a risk, then all you heard was swish. I bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. I bring life to the beat, you be leaving the track ruined. My cat shooting like the 9-1 Pat Ewing. We specialize in rhymes, crimes, and pack moving. So recognize these fine lines and tattoo them. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, New York, New York. We talk the talk and walk the walk. New York, New York, New York, New York.
A lot of time. You can get a couple of dribbles on them if you need it. Starts. Spin move for the win.
Yo, we got some Knicks music. Oh shit! By the way, shout out to the Knicks. See what we doing? We moving in the tournament. We moving in the tournament. So
heard you.
Shout out to Quantum for that one. Street Smarts featuring Bumpy the Great. 91 Pat Ewing. That's when Patrick Ewing was on fire. You didn't
That's
know.
my boy FT. That's my boy. Fuck that. Shout to fuck that. He did my merch. You heard?
Yeah, that's what's up. Like that a lot, man.
So I threw it on. I figured you probably be like, it probably raise your eyebrow a little bit.
Damn sure right. Hell, right now, shoot. The Knicks, we talking crazy again. We're about to be talking crazy again. Word.
Yeah, he was at my crib. He was at my crib a few days ago, and he played that for me, like about because he did my merch. That's FT, my boy Street Smarts. Yeah. So he in the team. We got some shit coming too. We got some music coming too. You heard? I did a few joints coming too.
I like
so
it a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that joint a lot because we need some Knicks anthem music right now. We can't keep doing that go New York, go shit. That shit old and played out. We need a new anthem. So,
yeah, that's a rap.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Shout out to everybody.
You gotta bring it back to the source.
Yeah. David, you saying something?
Oh no, I said you don't mess with Bing Bong. Bing Bong by them.
I mean, that's like it's not really a song, it's more of a saying, like Bing Bong. Like we run crazy with that with the Knicks Nation every time something big happens, and especially like you ever see those recap videos after the Knicks win, they go crazy with the Bing Bong. But I don't know if that's a song. Like, I'm talking about an actual, record or whatever. And this is my thing. Like, this song is just a dope New York Knicks song. It's not an anthem per se, but if you're a Knicks fan, you love that. Like, this is something that you are keeping played. You will play that because it's the Knicks Nation. It is what it is. So that's all. That's all, man. We got a whole thing going on with the Knicks. We go crazy. The Knicks ever win something, I think we just gonna.
I can get him. Yo. Would you interview him on here? I can get him. To do one with you. I mean, you feeling it.
Let's bring him up. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem. You talking Knicks stuff?
Yeah. Because He, we basketball enthusiasts. So like he definitely love the Knicks too much. When a person got like different like jackets, everything is Knicks. Like every other day, he one of them.
Hey, he's welcome.
But that's my dude. You know what I mean? FT.
Yeah, he got a whole
F just dope, man. Lyrically, he dope. He been dope for years. I'm actually one of the dudes that brought him to the studio first back in the day. So it's good to see that he's still keeping up with the pen. But I heard that joint. He played it for me. You know what I mean? It's crazy that y'all played that. That's wild. I just text him.
Hey, well, shout out to Pete Rock. He's also a Knick enthusiast. DJ Webstar. Tracy. What you call it? He had almost every game. We got a whole real New York Knick Nation energy going on. And we ain't won something in so long that if we ever win, I think the whole country is gonna feel it for real because it's been too long. You got Knicks people all over the place.
Even that cup, we talking about that cup, the
Man,
cup,
we'll take
the
it. We'll
Emirates
take
Cup.
it. You know why? You know why you take that? Because it's a vote of confidence for the team. It really doesn't mean anything, but it motivates the team to know that they can do it. And a lot of this stuff, it's not about the talent as much as it is about
I seen
your
Josh
self-belief.
Hart just
Your
posted
self-belief.
like $50,000. Did you see that post? Josh Hart, he posted like $50,000 what they won from that game against the Magic. You know they winning money, like players winning money is
Yeah, the Emirates is sponsoring all of that money, and that's what I'm saying. It's a vote of confidence for the whole team to just win in those tournaments, man. It doesn't really affect anything beyond just winning together and getting a big check or in a cup, winning a in season cup. But it does help.
But you winning money.
You building confidence too.
Even if you don't win the cup, you still winning money every game. But cash, like they paying you cash. I don't know how it's going down.
Hold on.
How they receiving their income, but
David, where you at? You on the train?
Yeah. No, I'm in the house.
No, I said no. David Lopez, like he on the train.
Yeah, that's a real New York City experience. That's real New York City. I'm real gritty. I'm on the train.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's showing everybody the real deal. He must be outside. He must be in a Bronx on one of them on the L on the High Line or something. I don't know. That's wild. Like how you getting reception? I get on the train I go from stop to stop. My reception get cut off. But he's steady.
I'm going over the Williamsburg Bridge. I'm on
that's
a plate, so that's what.
That's why.
So I'm about to get cut off soon. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right. Let's get back into some other music. I mean, it is still New Music Wednesday, so
Can we get one more? You got time for one more Aguilar joint?
I'm gonna come back to. I want to play. I gotta play. Listen, we gotta show some love to everything, man. Come on now. Don't try to take over. We got love for everybody. But I did want to get into this one record. This is if
you got time. If not, it's respectable.
We'll play one more. I don't got a problem. We're gonna play another joint in the meantime and come back, just because a lot of music did drop, and yeah, let's check this out. I don't know if we played this last week, but I'll play it. Sorry, wrong song. My bad. Here we go. Yes, new music. You got a Coil Ray joint in there. Called Heart Don't Lie, a new joint for sure. And before that, we played the other record from Dre and Snoop, and all this called Out of the Blue. So we just gotta, keep things on the up and up. And I hope everybody's cool. It's 6:27. We're gonna wind it down a little early today. Actually, got to go to a recital. So it should be all cool, Shout out to the kids. Shout out to everybody out here moving and grooving with that. That being said, we'll end it on an Aguilar note. I don't know if anybody got anything they wanted to play, but yeah, I guess we can get into that. I feel like that Snoop and Dre album is gonna be pretty massive. It's a project that I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree to a large degree with Quantum that they don't have to be corny. I'm hoping that it's not gonna be a bunch of poppy bullshit, and that it's gonna keep it real. But if they do it right, this could really cement. So they got the machine behind them also. So don't get me wrong, but if they really lock in and just get back to their essence, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. All right. Anyway, that being said, Aguilar, let's play this last record going out. I actually gotta try to pull it together on my side and pick it up. So wait 1 second. Let me try to. All right. So let's do it. Let's play this last record off the project. Real quick, give us a quick 60-second breakdown of Soundboy Dead featuring Jamal Ski. Aguilar, you there? You on mute?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, Jamal basically is the BDP legend, old friend of mine. We just decided to get on the track together. I never did no music with him. We were just friends. Cause he does reggae. And I used to, be into that a lot. I still am, you know what I mean? But I was like, yo, what happened to him? You know what I mean? He was running around with KRS for a long time. And then I was like, yo, let me just go tap him for this, and get a nice, a nice sound clash going, you know what I mean? And we made Soundboy Dead, and this is basically I had this record in tuck for a minute. I just, put it on the album. I felt like it was necessary, so you could drop it at any time. Produced by me, of course. So it's a hit. Everybody loving it. The video out right now too. You can check it on YouTube.
All right, let's get in
That one.